We welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Season number 5 race in Fontana, California from the Auto Club Speedway tonight. And this is, of course, race number 3 of the season. We are finally back from the Christmas and New Year's break, and the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series returns tonight, live in Fontana. All right. So, of course, this is the Auto Club Speedway. Welcome in live to the broadcast booth. Of course, we had the little bit of a break, 2 weeks off from, iRacing. Give us a quick second. For some reason, iRacing decided to log me out, so that was great. Good timing. Okay. So there we go. All right. So we are ready to go here tonight in Fontana, California. This is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. And, yeah, of course, in this warm-up session coming up, we'll be going over what you have to know for the race. Some of the drivers that are, of course, out for suspension. We'll be going over the points and whatever and whatnot. And we got a lot coming in this warm-up session, of course, coming up, of course, half hour as always for the warm-up session. And we are live and ready here in Fontana, California for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, Season number 5, race number 3 of the year in Auto Club. All right. Cars will be on the racetrack in just about 30 seconds. Stay tuned. The NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, Season 5 race in California coming up from Fontana. All right, here we go from the Auto Club Speedway tonight. The warm-up session is just about to start. Sorry, I had a couple of a technical difficulty or two with my iRacing login for whatever reason. But we should be good to go now. All right. Welcome live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Season number 5 race from Fontana, California at the Auto Club Speedway. Cars pulling onto the racetrack for tonight's warm-up session. Here we go from Auto Club. All right, of course, I'm, Ethan Trendler, your host, as always, of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. Joining me in the booth tonight will be, of course, usual booth member Eli Franklin, driver of the 24 in the Grand National Series for Ethan Trendler Racing. But then, of course, a brand new commentator in the booth is going to be TJ Moon. Was involved in a little bit of controversy this week during, of course, the Truck Series race, but he is back now in the broadcast booth for the first time ever. All right, guys, it is Fontana, the first ever time we're in the Gen 4 car at Auto Club Speedway. This track usually never disappoints, so we maybe expect more of the same tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it seems as though it's going to be a good race. Hopefully we have some good battles going on. And, yeah, it should be a really good racetrack tonight. It already looks pretty good. It's not too hot, not too cold. Hopefully we have some tire left for everyone so that they can go out and rip around the racetrack.
Yeah, it's going to be a very hopefully good race here today. Cars will be close to over 210 miles an hour in turns 1 and turns 3. Cars will be very fast in these corners. A lot of lifting. There'll be a lot of tire saving need to be done. And you can ride any line between the bottom and high line. It's going to be a great night tonight.
Yeah, of course, here is 79 of Ashton Miller through 3 and 4. There is the 77. That is your defending series champion. Braden Hunsaker was on his way to a victory in Richmond, which would have been his first of the year, of course. Unfortunately, then a late race caution came out while he was dominating the final half of that one. And ended up finishing second behind his teammate, Matthew White. All right, his car is pulled back onto the racetrack. Here's the 18 of Maddox Beard. Here is the 71 of Cole Clausen. And the 09 of John Butler now down the front straightaway. Ooh, he's going to blink here in Fontana. Then you got the 8 of Cameron Chandler, a new Chipotle paint scheme. He ran Chipotle a lot last season during the next gen era, but obviously now with the Gen 4 car, you see him for the first time ever running Chipotle today.
Yeah, gets to the inside. Number 4 gets to his quarter panel, and hopefully he'll clear him. Oh, a little loose from Aiden Halls on the top side.
As they go side by side down the front straightaway here in Fontana. And back through 1 and 2. Oh, and the wall goes Ashton Miller in the 79 car. He's got Braden Hunsaker, of course, right ahead of him. And there's the 1 of Zane Rahman. Here's the 50. That is Connor Havrilla. Down the front straightaway in 1 and 2 he goes.
Yeah, Ashton Miller's top of the board by a 10th for right now, so let's see if we can keep that and hopefully transfer that to qualifying. So let's see if anyone can go quicker. There goes Maddox Beard up to P2, almost a 10th.
Here is the 30 of Sean Hilquich down the front straightaway. Of course, second full-time season for ETR. As Clarino now goes top of the board in that 33 machine. Was on pole for the last night's Xfinity Grand National Series race, of course. Finished inside the top 10 there. Jason Lindsay makes his way down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. You also got the 65 of Davian Tobin, Cup Series rookie for Ethan Trendler Racing, doing a solid job so far in his opening season. Through 1 and 2 goes the 1 of Zane Rahman. There is the 50 of Connor Havrilla down the back straightaway as well. The 09 of John Butler. Made the playoffs last 2 seasons. It's going to be harder this year to obviously make the chase. We'll see what he can do. Hilquich down the front straightaway in this 30 machine, and he's going to head through 1 and 2. All right, of course, we got to talk about some of the drivers that are suspended for this race. How about your winner from last season here in Fontana, Connor Asbell, in the driver of the 72 machine? Of course, he is suspended for this one tonight in Fontana after what happened in Richmond last week. And then, of course, Bryce Benton, your Daytona 500 champion driver that was second in points entering today, is also suspended. That is his 3rd Cup Series suspension of his career. One coming in Season 2, one coming in Season 4, now one coming in Season 5. So, not very good for Bryce Benton. It's going to be pretty detrimental in the points, I would say. Speaking of points, we're going to take a look at those standings entering tonight here in Auto Club. Of course, Aiden Donahue, 2 very solid races in the Daytona 500, and of course, also at Richmond a few weeks ago. He was currently top of the standings. Bryce Benton is in 2nd place in the points. Jacob Malone, of course, newly switching over full-time to the Cup Series from Grand National, is 4th. Sean Rowe, Cameron Chandler, Jacob Quayle, Axel Smith, Payson Lindsay, Braden Hunsaker, and Matthew White round out your playoff grid so far here in Fontana, or here in the Cup Series this season. Aiden Hull is just behind Matthew White. Of course, Matthew White won last week or 2 weeks ago at Richmond. As Payson Lindsay here goes down the back straightaway and into the wall hard. We're still missing a lot of drivers in this race. Not exactly sure where everybody is.
Yeah, this place definitely has some unique characters. We see a couple people on the apron pulling off. Oh, one hard into the wall. Yeah, 2 miles. Pit road speed is going to be a little bit difficult. 55 miles per hour down in. Hopefully they can get down in there and try not to overcook it if we do have green flag stops if they do get short on gas.
Yeah, so pit stops tonight, you're going to have about, I think, 40 laps of fuel. Or 35 to 40 laps, I'm sorry, fuel window. So obviously the halfway break at the end of lap number 50 saves points awarded to the top 10. So we would probably see a pit stop. Hang on real quick. Anyways, we would probably see a pit stop in the first half if we don't, especially if we went completely green. We'd have probably a green flag pit stop in the first half, and then he did probably another pit stop anyways. But cars on the racetrack once again. Down the back straightaway goes the 42 machine. Here is the 79 of Ashton Miller. New paint scheme this week, AT&T on the car. Kind of looks similar to Davy and Tobin's paint scheme. There's Andrew Stacy in the wall a little bit. Maddox Beer in the 18. There's the 99 of Payson Lindsay, the 3 and 4.
Good laps so far, and obviously practice times probably won't matter as much because here most of your lap time will come off of drafting with somebody, because it's very hard to get a very good lap without drafting with somebody. So these times will, I won't say it's like Daytona, but it's kind of hard to tell based off speed of these times with how much draft matters on this track.
Yeah, of
Definitely in
course.
the 2 miles. It'll hopefully be a lot of drafting, as we see Jacob.
All right, I'm not really sure what's going on with iRacing right now. It's completely broken, so we're going to have to try to reload up in here. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I think... There we go. Ugh. Okay.
We'll see here in practice. It's also a good time to get some long green flag runs in, because last night in the Grand National race, we had about a 40 lap stint to the end. We saw the people that were able to save tires and not. As most people, you have to take and give what positions you want to gain early, the chances of losing tires. Because here, the top line is, I would say, quicker if you can do it well, but also burns tire a lot quicker. So if you can run the bottom well and save tires, you could be good for the long haul if you have a long green flag run here tonight.
Yes, we'll try to get you back here live in a second. Sorry about this. All right. Apologies for that, obviously. But cars back on the racetrack here in Auto Club once again.
I think Aiden Donahue.
And here comes Payson Lindsay down the front straightaway. So we're back here, 15 minutes still to go in the warm-up session. Currently top of the board, Jacob Plurino. How about a lap by him? Obviously was on the pole for last night's Grand National Series race. Second place, Payson Lindsay. Third, Chandler, Hunsicker, Beard, Miller, Stacy, Clausen, Tobin, Haveriller end at your top 10.
Yeah, good run from Payson Lindsay. Goes P2, almost really close to Jacob Plurino's time. Hopefully it gets really close, and hopefully a good qualifying run. And Jacob Plurino go back-to-back for poles in Grand National and the Cup Series.
Obviously, the Cup Series pole would be even more impressive than the Grand National Series, as cars make their way down this back straightaway here in Fontana. There's the 77 of Braden Hunsicker, the 3 and 4, the 79 there of Ashton Miller. He goes up the racetrack as they will head down the front straightaway yet again here in Fontana. About 14 minutes still to go in tonight's warm-up session. Oh, and around goes the 77 of Hunsicker.
He spins to the grass, comes to a slow stop. Ashton Miller hard into the inside wall.
My goodness. Oh!
Hard wheeling and just got hit.
Oh, and he's still getting slammed. My God. All right. Here's the 36 of William Reagan. Got Bojangles on this car tonight. Pretty nice looking paint scheme so far. More McMillan. I just said McMillan Reagan, I'm sorry. There's the 42. That, I believe, is Aiden Holes. Yes, down the front straightaway he goes. He's stuck in the middle of the track for some reason. More cars pulling onto the racetrack. There's the 77. That is Braden Hunsicker. Car hard on the wall. Down the back straightaway, the 09 of John Butler. Here is the 67 of Juan Cobbs Jr. as well. And Matthew White heading down the front straightaway with Aiden Donahue.
Aiden Donahue kind of kisses the wall there. Hopefully trying to get a good run off here. It gets tight. Gets really close to the wall as Matthew White in the background almost loses it, goes to the inside wall. I think the draft's going to be a really big play here. It is a 2-mile racetrack, so let's see if it's at all any type of drafting some sort, so we can build a draft off of corner number 2 or 4 and just try to get to their inside or their outside and try to run around them.
Yeah, of course, speed's also going to be extremely high here in Fontana. I'm going to track Matthew White real quick down the front straightaway to see. Of course, he blinks. Worst possible spot. He is going to hit 206 down in a 1 and 2. So, absolutely flying here at Fontana. They're going to be even faster at Michigan, but tonight, obviously, really quick as well. Obviously, Fontana, the track that's most similar to Michigan. This one, obviously, a little bit more worn out than Michigan is. And here comes Donovan Hogan in the 43 down the front straightaway. Of course, 2 laps of qualifying coming up after this. As always, super speedway races, which is just 1 lap. Around goes Payson Lindsay here on the back straightaway, and hard on the wall he goes. Big hit. 18, the 92 of Caden Perkins spins as well.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a 100 green flag laps tonight. The Great National only got 2 cautions, 1 to start and 1 through like the middle. So hopefully we can do better than that and have 0 cautions tonight and have green flag stops and have some interesting pit stops.
Yeah, of course. Should be hopefully a fun one tonight in Fontana. Remember the 4 wide finish we had last season. They went 4 wide to the lead between Connor Asbell, Payson Lindsay, Matthew White, and Bryce Benson down in the 3 and 4 on the final lap. Connor Asbell ended up slipping by on the inside lane and won the race. Incredible finish last season. We also had a photo finish in Grand National one year. This race usually never disappoints. We expect more of the same tonight. We're also going to, of course, have that 5 wide pace lap for the green flag as well later.
Yeah, that 4 wide was really interesting, and it was going to be really bad if someone made a mistake. As we speak, 2 of them are not in the race. 2 of them are suspended for tonight's race. So that will be interesting to see if any of them could possibly have a new winner, because Connor Asbell was last year's winner here. So let's see if, well, we're definitely having a new winner.
4 winners in this race that won in Fontana in the Cup Series before include Aiden Donahue, of course, also won last night. He has 2 Grand National wins as well, including last night and then back in season 2. And then also, well, actually, I was going to say Connor Asbell, but no, he's not in this race. The only former winner in Fontana in the Cup Series or in the league at all in this race tonight is Connor Asbell. Well, actually, Cameron Chandler won Grand National in season 3, but in the Cup Series, all it is Aiden Donahue. And then Connor Asbell, of course, suspended. And there is Aiden Donahue running his newer paint scheme down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. First time he's ran this scheme this year.
Yeah, P9 so far, 2/10 off of Jacob. Hopefully that if he tries to get behind the 33 and goes out there and tries to follow his line, maybe he'll pick up some time, or maybe he just had a bad lap there, got in the wall or something. Let's see what he does this time. Does not go any quicker, so hopefully he can try to find some speed and go 2 for 2 tonight.
Aiden Donahue looking to sweep the week at Fontana, at least. Of course, he can't officially sweep it because we had the truck race at Eldora and then iCar at Kern earlier. Down the back straightaway, here is the car that's sponsored by ICE with the 71 of Cole Clausen. I mean, it might be popular with some drivers, maybe not with others, not really sure. So hopefully our connection issues that were going on earlier are fixed. They should be, for the most part. Sean Rowe moves his way onto the racetrack in that 20 machine for ETR. Currently sits top 5 in points, since it's been a really solid campaign so far for Sean Rowe. Gary Smith, or I don't know why I just called him Gary Smith. That's not Gary. Oh. As iRacing broke itself again, I think. Sorry about this. Hang on. All right, I think we're back again. 7 minutes to go in this warm-up session. I haven't had these connection issues in a very long time, so not exactly sure what's happening. As they make their way in the 3 and 4, there's Cameron Chandler trying to slip in the middle almost with the 09 of John Butler and the 77 there of Braden Hunsicker. Somebody just blinked. That was John Butler. All right. Here's the 20 of Sean Rowe, the 50 there of Connor Havrilla, and the 82 of Aiden Donahue, giving that 42 of Aiden Holes a shove down the front straightaway. Holes almost in the wall a little bit in that 42 machine. Donahue goes back to the bottom of the racetrack. As they once again head down this back straightaway. There is Cole Clausen in the 71, the 99 of Payson Lindsay, the 43 there on Donovan Hogan. Just the wall there. Axel Smith in the 97, of course, won the Grand National race at Daytona, the season opener this season. So he's been all right in the Cup Series as well. Currently sits inside of the chase. So looking to have a good run tonight to keep that momentum alive. There's the 18 of Maddox Beard on the bottom. Back in a 1 and 2 goes the 97 of Smith. So about 5 minutes to go in this warm-up session here in Fontana. I'm not sure where Jacob Quill and Jacob Malone are right now for ETR. Not really sure what's going on there.
We got a 3-car battle off of turn number 2. That is Max DiFilippi, if I'm correct, on the bottom. Going to the inside of, is it?
It's Trenton Wilson.
Trent Wilkin on the inside of Cameron Chandler. As he passes him off of turn number 4, gets to the outside. Oh, he's in the outside wall.
And there he goes.
Uh-oh.
A lot of mistakes so far in his career for Trenton, well, at least this season for Trenton Wilkin. That's part of the reason that he elected to, the ETR made the decision to move him down to the Grand National Series for the rest of the season, being, of course, replaced by Jacob Malone. Okay. Florino in that 33 car, still top of the board here in Auto Club. Hang on. Guess we're good. So, like I said, about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in this warm-up session in Fontana. hard on the wall. Goes the 33 of Jacob Clarino there. 28 car is Carlos Ortiz. Not really sure where his paint scheme is. Try to reload trading paints to see if that does anything. All right. 3 minutes to go in the warm-up. Oh my God! Huge wreck with Aiden Poles and Payson Lindsay. And oh my, Cole's gonna come back in traffic and is gonna take out a couple of cars. Hard in the wall goes Cole Clausen. Upside down now goes Lindsay.
He is flipping.
Yeah, not exactly.
He is still flipping.
Not ideal for Payson Lindsay here. Finally stops flipping. Here's the 5 of Michael Gregory. Up the racetrack, he goes down into 1 and 2.
We got about a 6-car pack here going down to the turn number 3. Let's see where everyone goes. I don't think there's going to be any aero problems. Someone hops behind someone because of the aero, or that's just the next gen cars instead of these cars.
Yeah, aero and the dirty air definitely a whole lot less of an effect in the Gen 4 car than the next gen. This would have been awful last season. The dirty air. I mean, before the update, we actually ran the Cup race in Fontana before the update, so we didn't really experience that. Remember at Michigan, it wasn't great. Oh, and really getting in the one now, going around down the back straightaway goes Michael Gregory in the 5 car.
He keeps it off the inside.
God.
Oh, that guy is going to keep it off
the
inside.
Oh, man, that's... Yeah, crashing goes... Wait, Reagan. Got a minute to go till qualifying. So, unfortunately, there has been a hauler crash. It included Jacob Quill's hauler. It has been absolutely destroyed. So he is guaranteed not to show up for the racetrack tonight. So unfortunate after running well in Richmond last week. And then it also involved Jacob Malone's hauler. They were going to get spare parts. They took the race car with them. And they ended up getting in a hauler crash. And they made Jacob Quill definitely won't make it back. Jacob Malone, not exactly sure if he will make it back. And of course, Bryce Benson and Connor Esma both suspended. So big news out of ETR. Not really sure what our hauler drivers were doing, but okay.
Kind of looks like Ashton Miller's car as we speak.
Yeah. Well, we might have to fire some people internally. But into the wall hard again goes the 42 of Aiden Holes.
That was driver's test, so that will definitely hurt.
Yeah, so 2 drivers that ran well. Of course, Jacob Malone just moved full-time to the Cup Series again. This is not what they want to see. The haulers have officially burnt down in flames. And they may not be able to be here tonight, fortunately. All right. So obviously there were 3 suspensions handed out, and the other one was Jeremiah Gauntly. As practice concludes here, Jacob Clarino, top of the world, looking to go for a 2 for 2 on the poles this week in Fontana. So Gauntly was suspended for 5 Cup races this season and 3 other Grand National races. So he got the worst end of the stick. As here we go, qualifying in Fontana. All right, guys, this is Auto Club. 2 laps to qualify, obviously. Do we have any early pole predictions?
I'm going to go with Jacob Clarino. I mean, he's been strong all practice, and he was strong last night in the Xfinity Series, or the Grand National Series, sorry. Cameron Chandler's going to be a good pick. Definitely Hunsicker. He was pretty quick. Hopefully, Aiden Donahue can come from the back. He's probably not going to qualify like he did last night at the Grand Nationals.
He usually does qualify in the Cup Series, though. That's the fact. So, we'll see.
Who knows? He might change it up. He had good luck whenever he was in the Grand Nationals.
Of course, he was on pole last week in Richmond. Here comes your winner in Richmond, Matthew White, down the front straightaway to start his lap. So, of course, you got 2 laps to qualify. If lap 1 isn't perfect, you know, always rely on lap 2, but will we see improvements on lap 2? That's the question. Connor Haverhill down into 1 and 2. in that 50 car. There is the 99 of Payson Lindsay. Down the back straightaway goes Jacob Clarino in the 33. And Zane Rahman back in the 3 and 4.
Different line from Ashton Miller from bottom of 3 and 4 as everyone else was running the top. So maybe everyone else was getting a run for their second lap. And Ashton's just trying to lay 2 absolute heaters down.
Hillquist first driver over the line.
Ashton Miller goes top of the board for right now. Jacob Clarino, P3. Hopefully that was just his dead lap and he doesn't make it look bad.
Quayle top of the board. Good lap by Jacob Quayle. Here comes the 92 of Perkins down the front straightaway. Tobin now goes fastest. Davy and Tobin on provisional pole. Here is Sean Rowe, top 5 in points currently. Expected to win some races this season. Aiden Donahue now top of the board.
By a 10th and a little bit more to add to that. Let's see what the second lap will do for him. Off of turn 2, looks bright and all good. Going down to turn 3 at Auto Club, Fontana, California.
Matthew White, you can see here, he is blinking. Oh, lot of blinking there. Here comes the 40 of Brandon Piper down the front straightaway. Across the line he goes. Miller is still 4th. Perkins went 7th. Stacy went 9th. Lindsay is currently 10th. Piper qualifies 13th. Michael Gregory is backing it down. I don't think he put down a lap yet. I don't think so. Here comes Trenton Wilkin on the racetrack. The 97 there of Axel Smith. Not Gary Smith. Keep getting them mixed up. Here's Jacob Quayle a little bit. Oh, he's actually really just finished. All right. Here comes the 18 of Maddox Beer down the front straightaway. Still get to see Hunsicker, Chandler, White, and others put down laps.
Yeah, Jacob Clarino must have gotten into the wall or something for the second lap. He goes P8 on the board. So still in the top 10, hopefully. Cameron Chandler down through 3 and 4. Runs the bottom here. Let's see what he has off of turn number 4. Looks nice and solid planted here in that 8 Chipotle car.
Sean Rowe went 2nd now on the board. Still a 10th behind Aiden Donahue. Across the line goes the 8 of Cameron Chandler. He will go 2nd. P2 as he backs it down. But still, no one able to take Donahue off pole. Here comes Hunsicker. He qualifies 7th. Matthew White, he is done in qualifying, I believe. Yeah, Matthew White was 12th. Not the greatest lap for Matthew White, all things considered. Can anyone knock Aiden Donahue off pole here? Getting less and less likely as time goes on.
Trent Wilkin goes P5 in the 12th car. That was a good lap by him. It wasn't really that quick in practice, but they showed it up in qualifying. We got 50 seconds left here in qualifying, as that is Ethan McMillan running the boards down the 1 and 2. Kind of chops his exit so he can get a better run off. Axel Smith down to 3 and 4 for his second lap. Let's see what he has out of turn number 4. Doesn't get loose at all. A little twitchy there.
Ortiz goes 20th. Here comes Axel Smith across the line on lap number 1. He was outside the top 10. Lap number 2 is going to leave him outside the top 10 again. Axel Smith will qualify in 15th. 17 seconds to go. I don't know if there's any cars on the racetrack that are currently putting down competitive lap times, besides maybe Ethan McMillan, but there's only 9 seconds remaining. We're clicking it down here in Fontana. Ethan McMillan down the back straightaway. Only car that's on the racetrack right now. He currently is 14th. He beats Matthew White, but qualifying comes to a close, and Aiden Donahue goes back-to-back on poles. He's on pole yet again here in Fontana. What a lap by Donahue.
Yeah, almost a 10th quicker than Cameron Chandler.
As we welcome you live, this is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series in Fontana. We're missing some drivers. Jacob Malone, of course, and Jake Quill. We just reported that breaking news. Hauler crash over at ETR. They will not make it to the racetrack. And then, of course, suspended Jeremiah Gauntlet, Bryce Benton, and Connor Aspel. So that is 5 total drivers that are going to be missing from this one tonight. So so there's some good names in there as well. So very interesting. That should give some opportunities to some I don't want to say back runners, but maybe mid-pack drivers to have a good runs tonight. Let's go over your starting top 10. So Aiden Donahue, of course, on pole. To his outside will be Cameron Chandler. Lining up in row number 2 is the ETR cars of Sean Rowe, Davy, and Tobin. Their teammate Trenton Wilkin, I should say, going to line up in 5th. You got Jacob Quayle, really solid in P6. Ashton Miller, 7th. Braden Hunsagraith, good qualifying lap for Aiden Holmes. He'll be 9th, and a really solid lap by Cole Clausen rounds out your top 10. The rest of the field is rolling across the left side of your screen. All right. This is Fontana in Auto Club Speedway, Fontana, California tonight for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series race number 3 of the season. And we're at Auto Club Speedway. So yeah, obviously, like I said, your former winner from this race last season, Connor Asbell, is suspended. He will not have a chance to defend his race when his Aiden Donahue finally loads in here. Only took him an hour. All right. Here we go from Auto Club Speedway tonight. This is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Okay. So, of course, first of all, they're going to go down pit road to check pit road speed, and then they will, of course, do the iconic Fontana 5-wide pace lap. About, what, 6 lanes deep to 5 wide. Yeah, a little bit less than usual because of the suspensions and the hauler crash coming to Fontana tonight. 31 entries for this race. Aiden Donahue leads the field down the back straightaway. We should be checking pit road speed this time by. They got to get single file, and they probably will in a minute. All right. Of course, sun is setting. As always, Fontana is a night race. Never isn't a night race. To check pit road speed. I don't know why they're not single file back there. Not really sure. They usually do that perfectly fine, but for some reason, kind of struggling with that, and it's kind of a mess here on pit road. A lot of cars. I mean, this is what it's probably going to look like if you get an early pit stop. Well, actually, no, they're not going to pit. But if you get a pit stop tonight under caution, this is probably what it's going to look like.
Looks like they're trying to go 5 wide on pit road.
I guess. I didn't say 5 wide on pit road, but I guess they took it. Oh, Aiden Donahue, I'm not really sure what he's doing. Holding to his pit stall, your pulse here. What is going on here?
He must be either stopping for fuel, just taking extra fuel, or he's going to the back.
I don't know why he would go to the back at all. That doesn't really make any sense. Why he would qualify on pole and then go to the rear of the field for no reason. No one's ever done that before. At least in the Cup Series. As we should have.
Trailer is on the bottom.
Chandler is a little bit far out as they will begin the 5-wide pace lap here in Auto Club. They can actually get it organized, hopefully. All right. And here they go with 3 and 4. Car's still trying to catch up.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right, 5 wide. I'm not really sure what's going on with Aiden here. But anyways,
You might have a mechanical problem.
not exactly sure. Obviously, was starting on pole. This has been an interesting race. There's been some unexpected things behind the scenes happening, but as they go 5 wide down the front straightaway here in Fontana, some cars still catching up in the back, but such an iconic tradition at Auto Club Speedway. We do it yet again today. Wide in Auto Club, about 6 rows deep. Beautiful sight. might see some of this wide action here and there. During the actual race, it can be done, obviously. There are that many lanes here in Auto Club. Aiden Donahue, not exactly sure. I don't think he's on the racetrack yet.
Yeah, right now he's still showing on pit road, so who knows what's going on.
I'm not really sure. As they head down the back straightaway, 5 wide, 5 by 5. How about this? Do this every year at Fontana, besides season 1. We can do it. So we didn't, I don't even know if we had 5 cars in that season 1 race, to be honest. Obviously now, well over 5 cars. You're gonna have about 6 or sometimes 7 lanes deep of that. So they're gonna head down the front straightaway yet again, 5 wide. So some cars will be going to the rear of the field here because of penalties that were given at Richmond. Those include Trenton Wilkins, Sean Hilquich, William Reagan, Eli Tomlin, and Donovan Hogan. All right, as we will get ready for the green flag this time by Aiden Donahue is still sitting in the pits, so I'm not really sure what's going on with Aiden. They're gonna have to get organized over here. They got some time, so they should be able to do it. And we're gonna get ready to go racing tonight.
He is disconnected.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is true. What is happening with Aiden Donahue? I don't know.
Well, in this cockpit, while he's still on pit road, it looks like his wheel is glitched or something. Like his hands were just in some weird motions. I don't know what was going on, but he left. So hopefully he can join back before the green flag. He'll have to obviously start on pit road, basically be in the rear. But a long race, you get the stage caution. So if he can come back before the green flag and hopefully stay no more than 1 lap down, he can get the free pass.
Obviously, an absolutely huge story with Aiden Donahue on pit road. That takes another strong contender out of the running, even before the green. Obviously, a few taken out, knocked out before we even got to the track here in Fontana. Now, Aiden Donahue, he has a connection, or not a connection issue, but some sort of issue, and currently he is still disconnected. I was confused when he originally pulled on the pit road like that into his pit stall, but I don't really know. We are not going green yet. We're going to go another. No, we are going green. All right. Pace car is in. Went in a little bit late there. Issues with Aiden Donahue on pit road, but we're ready to see the green flag. The Season 5 Cup race in Fontana is green and underway from Auto Club Speedway. Let's go.
Off of turn number 2 is going to be leading the pack as one of the wall back. Cameron Chandler is leading off of turn number 2. Yellow. Oh, no.
As they head down the back straightaway, Chandler clearing the lead, Rowan to second place. Battle for third going on between the very similar color cars of Ashton Miller and Davian Tobin. As they head down the front straightaway, Miller almost a bit of a slide out of that race car. His teammate Aiden Donahue with issues. Started on pole originally, 3 wide further back. And Cameron Chandler will lead lap 1 here in Fontana. It is all this action going on down the front straightaway and heading back into 1 and 2. There's the 71. That is Cole Clausen up the racetrack. Ooh, he's got Davian Tobin there. The 65 giving him some dirty airs. They head down the back straightaway yet again on lap 2. Look at that 5 of Michael Gregory to the inside. The 33 of Florino down low as well. Back into 3 and 4. They are 3 wide. Oh, contact up the racetrack goes Tobin. He has to go out of the gas a little bit. They're 4 wide. Back through 3 and 4. Cars sliding. Matthew White on the apron. My goodness, what a chaotic lap 2.
Oh, Matthew White gets turned.
Oh, Matthew White, your winner last week, into the wall. And into the wall again goes Brandon Piper, the caution out on lap 3, and Matthew White has big damage on that 7 car. This is exactly what he didn't want to see. Enter 10th in the chase standings, even after that win in Fontana, but oh my goodness, that is huge.
Looks like he just had an internet problem, glitched it, and then once he came back on, he got turned.
Let's see. Yeah, he did. He blinked, that's for sure. Oh, and then Payson Lindsay hooked him. I don't think it was intentional. He blinks through Andrew Stacy, and then the 40 of Piper just loses it by himself. So I got to take a better angle at that. Not really sure what happens. Watch Brandon Piper. Oh, he got into the wall. That's probably why, yeah. I thought he just lost it all by himself there when the caution was coming out. Let's ride along with Payson Lindsay.
And the hood's up right now, Matthew White, so you probably can't even see going down front stretch.
Wow, this is such an unfortunate start to the race for Matthew White. He got loose in the bottom there, then he blinks, and then Payson, he blinks again. I think he came up on Payson, actually. Wow. Into the wall, hard he goes. Brandon Piper and Matthew White might both already be out of this race on lap number 4.
But Brandon Piper's losing doesn't have a front wheel, so I assume he is out. It says Matthew White doesn't have any required repairs, so maybe he has a chance to finish this one, but obviously it could be a lack of speed.
I don't really know how that's possible for Matthew White not to have required repairs right now.
Yeah, he's missing a couple components on that front end, the front bumper. He's missing the right front. It looks the right front fender too.
And he's having terrible connection issues. Wow.
It really, I feel bad for Payson because he had, probably even know where he was. He just popped it right in front of him. And he cut right in front of his bumper.
And remember, Aiden Donahue still has not reconnected to this race. We're going to check again. Yeah, he's still not here. That's huge. Not really sure what happened to Aiden Donahue. Yeah, we saw the huge damage again. He has had a terrible season, unfortunately. None of these incidents really have been his fault. He's gotten taken out in 3 races straight. And we got some cars in the back on pit road, including Matthew White in that 7 car. Will it be day over for the 7?
I guess he's looking back at it because he just hopped out.
I don't blame these backworks for pitting either because it gets them closer to a field window, and every pit stop you can take, you need the backwalkers because when you do have your pit stops, less fuel to take, which saves time on pit stops.
Well, this has been a hell of a race so far. Before the green flag, we get news 2 drivers aren't making it. Then we get news that your pole sitter, Aiden Donahue, somehow has a really strange issue that requires him to pull off the racetrack. I'm not really sure what's going on there. And then Matthew White has a blink, and gets wrecked down the front straightaway, collecting Brandon Piper as well. So this has been one heck of a start to the race. I didn't expect this. And what, a week ago at this time, we expected Matthew White, Jacob Malone, Jacob Quill, Bryce Benson, Connor Asbell, Aiden Donahue to all be fighting for the win. Right now, they're not even, well, one's in this race. The others are suspended or not obviously here, and then one's just got, of course, with that issue with Aiden Donahue. So coming to the choose.
And Matthew White's pulling out, so he's still on the lead lap.
All right, so I don't know how fast that car is going to be as we come to the choose. Man, this one hasn't. I don't think this could have started any wilder. My God. But you think about this. This is a huge opportunity for, I don't know, I want to say a guy like Aiden Holes running in 5th. Usually don't see him inside the top 10 or even top 15 in these Cup Series races, but this is a great opportunity with all these issues with these strong contending top drivers that they're having tonight for him to take advantage of this and maybe get a good finish. Or even station points coming out. So caution comes out. We're going to restart here on lap 7 in Fontana. Got pretty chaotic. Anyways, yeah, I got pretty chaotic there on the initial start. We have a car that's just to the inside there. I believe that's Aiden Holes. We're still waiting there. Matthew White to catch back up. Look at the damage on the 7 car. He is still blinking really badly. That's what ultimately caused him to wreck. All right, well, this has been such an unexpected race so far. We got Cameron Chandler, though, and Sean Rowe on the front row ready for this restart. Matthew White, Aiden Donahue came into this race as 2 of the, I would say, top 3 favorites to win this one. It looks like that shot is already out the window. So the pace car is back in. We are back underway on lap 7 at Auto Club. Back to green. Cameron Chandler tries to get a good jump. He is nearly clear on Sean Rowe. He's going to clear up in front of that 20 car. Braden Hunsicker now leads the inside lane as they will head back through 1 and 2.
Be wide behind the lead, Cameron Chandler. Hunsicker and Rowe. Let's see what Rowe has. It looks like Cameron Chandler kind of checks up the inside. Looks like he got loose.
Yeah, and Sean Rowe goes around the outside to the lead. And new leader in Fontana, it is Sean Rowe in the 20 cars. They're almost 2 and 3 wide behind him. Battle for second, side by side between Chandler and Hunsicker as they head back to 3 and 4. Hunsicker up the racetrack in that 77 car. He's going to have to try to get a run down this front straightaway yet again. He's to the outside on the 8 car of Cameron Chandler. Side by side, down the cautions out again. What is the caution for? I don't really know. Maybe it's...
No, that's not a caution.
What are we doing, iRacing? Come on. Unbelievable.
That was a heck of a save, too. I don't know why that's a yellow.
Yeah, that was a really good save, like you said, but the most unnecessary caution I've seen in a long time.
This should get really close to the fuel window here.
See if any of the front 10 take any sort of pit lane. Let's see if they take fuel. They shouldn't be taking tires at the moment. They should be just taking fuel if they are going to pit.
All right, so I don't think anyone would really pit here. Only on lap 8, obviously. Go Boston, nope. This could allow Matthew White to get some more repairs. It would take a lot to repair that 7 car all the way, though. Ortiz comes on back on the pit road.
We got 5 takers down the pit lane.
Mostly all from the rear of the field. All right, well, this has been interesting, to say the least. First caution came out from Matthew White, obviously having that connection issue and then getting turned. The second caution, of course, came out for no reason, where Carlos Ortiz saved the race car, but iRacing threw a yellow. All right, roll down the back straightaway, under caution again. Well, we'll come to the shoes again this time by, and then we'll restart on lap 11 with Sean Rowe now your leader. Took it away, of course, from Cameron Chandler on that restart. So this is a racetrack that we had a lot of green flag runs in last night. Only 2 cautions in that race for the Grand National Series. Already 2 cautions today. But not really. I mean, one of them shouldn't have been a yellow, and the other one was from connection issues. So it's been unfortunate luck so far with these yellows as we come to the shoes this time by. As cars roll off pit road back there. Maybe the 5 that pitted from the rear. All right. Inside goes the 20 of Sean Rowe. Oh, Braden Hunsicker chooses pretty late there. 3 cars go inside. And that'll give the second row, it looks like, to, how about Caden Perkins? All right, well, let's have a bit of a green flag run, hopefully. Caden Donahue, once again, I'm going to check once more, but he is still not in this session. That is obviously going to be night over for the win for Caden Donahue, even if he isn't able to get back. So heartbreaking for him.
Man, it's a new playoff format. That hurts him a lot in the points, too.
I mean,
yeah, such a strong run last night in the Grand Nationals. Came from almost last and won it. And we all thought that he was going to do it here tonight, and started on pole and pulled in the pit lane, checked the speedometer, and did not come out, and ended up leaving. So hopefully he gets it figured out for next week and is back for some.
Yeah, the fortunate thing is for Aiden Donahue in the point situation is there's a lot of strong contenders that are probably going to score no points tonight anyways, so that really helps him out. But you think about a guy like, I don't know, Davian Tobin, who currently runs just outside the top 10. He could get a good finish and maybe break inside the chase tonight. We'll have to wait and see what happens throughout the rest of the day. All right, ready for the restart here in Fontana yet again. Hopefully you don't have an unnecessary caution this time as we're back to green. Sean Rowe trying to get that jump there on Cameron Chandler. Obviously you can't move out of line completely out of line before the start-finish line. Everyone as well as they head back into 1 and 2. Look at the 77 of Braden Hunsicker on the low side through 1 and 2. He's there to the quarter panel, and Sean Rowe. You get the car of Cameron Chandler sliding up the racetrack. He's got to back out of it as Rowe gets tight, and here comes Hunsicker all the way to the bottom of the racetrack for the race lead, and he will clear the 20 of Sean Rowe. Here's Ashton Miller to the inside of Perkins for 4th. Cameron Chandler through the middle of the racetrack. He's going to have a run on the 20 car of Sean Rowe, heading down the front straightaway again. Yeah, Rowe just got really, really tight up the racetrack. They are 3 wide further back on lap 12 in Auto Club. They head through 1 and 2 yet again. Sean Rowe trying to retake the lead from the 77 of Braden Hunsicker. Cameron Chandler moves inside. He's going to take 2nd place away. Cameron, of course, unofficially started on pole with Aiden Donahue's issues. And he's got a huge run back in 3 and 4 for the race lead. Back in the bottom goes Cameron Chandler. They are nearly 3 wide for the lead. Back in 3 and 4. They are 3 wide. Heading down the front straightaway yet again. Cameron Chandler on the bottom side by side with Braden Hunsicker. He'll lead that lap. And back through 1 and 2 goes Hunsicker on the outside, but Cameron Chandler surges down low, looking to clear that 77 machine. Hunsicker in the wall a little bit. Nearly gets into Sean Rowe, but he moves crossover back to the inside on Cameron. Door to door once again, down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. Hunsicker hungry for a redemption win after crashing out on coming to the halfway break at the Daytona 500, and then of course nearly winning, but ended up getting that late race caution in Richmond. Wants some redemption tonight. The defending Cup Series champion. Battles back here. There's Michael Gregory battling side by side with Davian Tobin, but is for 15th place. Ethan McMillan have a strong run inside the top 15. There's Connor Heller running about 17th back there as well. Oh! Really loose goes Haverilla. He will save the race car though. And up front, once again, here is Hunsicker trying to run down that 8 car of Cameron Chandler. How about Perkins? Caden Perkins having a solid day inside the top 5 right now. He might get 3rd. He's got a run on the 20 of Sean Rowe and go into the inside goes that 92 of Perkins. Really ran poorly in Richmond, but redeeming himself so far in Fontana. Back in a 1 and 2. For 3rd, he takes that spot away again. Way up the racetrack goes the 20 of Rowe. He got loose, and here comes Ashton Miller for 4th. Rowe is struggling. Back to 5th goes Sean Rowe. He restarted from the lead. 14 car there of Jacob Quill as well. Now got a battle for 2nd place. Perkins is driving his way through the field, but you got to think about how many drivers, it's only lap 15 obviously, how many drivers are saving their stuff, how many drivers are maybe wearing out their stuff. Perkins in the 92 could be one of those drivers that is wearing out their stuff, but maybe a driver like Braden Hunsicker is saving his tires. Maddox Spear got a little bit loose there ahead of the 5 of Michael Gregory as they once again, cars blink, heading down the back straightaway. Matthew White is still on the lead lap, by the way, in 29th place. On the apron, up the racetrack goes Maddox Beard. Got a lift, nearly got into the door of the 42 of Aiden Hulls. Once again, nearly gets to his quarter panel. Somehow those two don't get together as they head down the front straightaway yet again. Pretty much chaos back here. Just inside the top 15. Obviously, top 10 all get stage points. Aiden Donahue, I guess officially would get the pole point even though he didn't start the race. as they head down the back yet again. Here is Cole Clausen running here just inside the top 10, trying to go side by side with Andrew Stacy back into 3 and 4. Clausen, who ran well in Grand National last night, having a top 10 run so far in the Cup Series, but just fell outside the top 10. Here comes Michael Gregory to the inside of the 96 of Andrew Stacy. Oh, they make contact! My God! Holy, they nearly had a terrible incident down the front straightaway in front of a whole pack of cars. Stacy.
going for 4th.
Yeah, Rowe is starting to come back on Ashton Miller. That could have been really bad down the front straightaway. Now Cole Clausen trying to take advantage of it. Back to 3 and 4. Stacy and Gregory still side by side for 9th place. Oh, car just falling back there. There's Maddox Beard. They're getting really aggressive once again here down the front straightaway.
Huntsinger up past Perkins here. It looks like Perkins may push his stuff a little too much.
Yeah, side by side on lap 19 for P2. Huntsinger trying to retake the spot from Caden Perkins. Caden Perkins looking like he's starting to slide around a little bit. Remember, he's pushing pretty hard so far in this run. Huntsinger looking to capitalize on that. Here is Jacob Clarino. We talked about him, obviously, earlier in the race. Started on pole in Grand National. Started, I believe, 7th tonight. That's where he runs 3 wide. Back through 3 and 4. Up the racetrack goes Maddox Beard. Through the middle goes Payson Lindsay. And Payson is falling back to outside of the top 15. Oh, Trent Wilkin way up ahead of the 18 of Maddox Beard, back in a 1 and 2. 94 of Erdman trying to split the middle there as well. Oh, Erdman's got to be careful. Maddox Beard might have to lift here. I don't know how much Maddox is going to appreciate that. Here comes Clarino to the inside, battle for 7th place. And how about Ethan McMillan driving his way up in a 6th? What a run by the 70 car so far.
Using that top line for his advantage.
Yeah, absolutely incredible pace out of that 70 of Ethan McMillan so far as they head side by side for 7th place, back in a 1 and 2 between Clarino and Quayle. And Michael Gregory runs back there in 9th. Andrew Stacy runs in your top 10 so far. Battle for the lead. Here comes Caden Perkins. Yeah. I thought he was about to get passed by Huntsinger earlier, but no, he's going to take the lead for the first time in his career on the bottom of Cameron Chandler. Slides up the racetrack, though, got tight, had the lift out of the gas, and falls back to 2nd.
Him pushing so hard, these tires would be hard to make a pass through, or tires very worn. Him pushing so much, his chance of passing for the lead here will probably be on the outside.
Oh, Axel Smith got in the wall here. He slides ahead of Connor Avrila. He almost crashes. They're getting dicey in the front straightaway here. They're just outside the top 20. And the 36 of Reagan had to drop out of the gas. That was nearly a wreck. Reagan's going to fall to 26th. It's still a match back here. They get more and more single file up front. Here we go to the inside. Once again, Michael Gregory on Jacob Clarino. This is now a battle for 8th. Clarino falling back to 9th. Maybe I can catch my breath for a minute. This has been a chaotic race all around, on track and off so far.
Michael Gregory is up 10 spots now. Came from 21st and already up to 8.
Yeah, of course.
He's firing up too much.
Michael, good friends with Aiden Donahue, who started on pole tonight, but obviously some sort of issue not allowing him to start the race. And this could kill Aiden Donahue's points lead. I mean, this is going to be one of the biggest points shakeups we might ever have tonight.
Ethan McMillan's from 14th to 6th, one of our big movers too. Jacob Carino, his teammates from 13th to 9th. Andrew Stacy from 18th to 10th. So they're all having a good run here at the early stages of lap 23.
Yeah, as I would assume we'll probably see a pit stop before the end of the halfway break, unless we have a caution flag coming up before the halfway break goes out. Liam Reagan is falling back.
White has left.
He disconnected.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Your winner in Richmond, Matthew White, he is going to score 0 points today. That's so unfortunate.
The top 2 is now not in this race. Bryce Benton is suspended, and Matthew White just crashed out at the start of the race, lap 2.
Yeah, and then Aiden Donahue, of course, he was leading the points right now. Obviously, again out of the race. So we got to hear later what happened to Donahue. We'll probably get an update on you in a little bit. I mean, looking at it right now, Donahue didn't make the start. Benson was suspended. Malone had that hauler crash. The highest running in driver, highest in the points driver that's actually in the race right now on track is Sean Rowe in 4th in points, who runs 5th currently on the racetrack. Here comes Jacob Quill. He came into this race 6th in points, having a fantastic year so far. To the inside on McMillan for 6th place. I mean, drivers like Jacob Quill can once again take advantage of these things happening.
Oh, we got a Recco back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. TJ Irvin, definitely grass. Caution.
Irvin, out of the way. And he gets back on the racetrack, but he's going to lose a lot of track position because of that. Ball's back to 28th place, I believe. Here we go. Braden Hunsicker starting the battle with Perkins for 2nd. Perkins has been falling. He's coming to Cameron Chandler, and then he falls back, and he's got Hunsicker coming to his outside. You got to be careful here. He's going to wash up the racetrack. He gets really, really loose. Hunsicker nearly makes contact with him. He'll move to the inside for P2, down the front straightaway.
Yeah, it was Donovan Hogan that spun CJ Irvin down through the tunnel on the floor.
And Hunsicker is clear on Perkins. Now you got Ashton Miller to the inside on Perkins for 3rd.
Perkins here falling off pretty quickly. We're about halfway through the stage, so pit stops will need because it looks like fuel will not be enough to make it to the stage. So if you're Perkins here, you're pushing really hard. Tires looks like it's on the fall a little. Might pit here.
Yeah, obviously it was a little bit different in the Grand National race where there were no guaranteed cautions, so he had to save tires even more. To here comes Ashton Miller, though, for 3rd place in the bottom of Perkins. And Sean Rowe coming with the run once again down the front straightaway. Miller needs a top 5 day. Came into this race outside the top 20 in the standings. Of course, he won his duel, but ended up being involved in a crash in the Daytona 500. And here comes Rowe. Miller, like I said, was saying, but then he just gets really loose and nearly wrecks the car. Almost the commentator's curse. Saves it, though. Back in 3 and 4, luckily.
Aiden Hulls is not really bad at something. I don't know. Literally, he's been run by himself for a bunch of laps.
Aiden Hulls currently runs in 14th place. Rowe, of course, just got around nearly wrecking Ashton Miller for 3rd place, and now he's going to try to battle for 2nd with Braden Hunsicker. This battle going on. Quayle is maybe starting to fall back, but he's got Gregory and Clarino starting to come in the longer run. Of course, you're going to see comers and goers all day long. MNF Racing having a really, really good day in 8th and then in 11th with Cole Clausen.
It seems so it is Payson Lindsay and Aiden Hulls going at it.
That's for 13th place. Here they go to the inside. What a run by Jacob Quill. All of a sudden, he was falling back, but he might get 2 for 1 on the bottom of Ashton Miller and Perkins. Whoa, what a battle for 4th we got going on. Oh, once again, they're going to be
3 wide for 4th.
Yeah. Quayle falls back in line. Ashton Miller starting to fall back again. Perkins still holding on to 4th place, but he's got Michael Gregory. Look at that 5 car ripping the boards back into 3 and 4. He has driven his way up through the field from 21st position on the start, up to 7th place. Oh, almost contact with Ashton Miller. Got to be careful.
Wide once again. 92 gets a little loose. Perkins.
3 wide again, and now Quayle is clear on Perkins. Perkins may be losing 3 spots down the back straightaway, back into 7th place, and he's got Clarino in this 33 as well. Look at Michael Gregory through the middle. Sliding up, going to the door, Perkins almost. So much action on the racetrack right now. And we're about, almost 20 laps into this green flag run. 20 laps to go to the halfway break. Be interesting all day with the tire wear and whatnot. Here is Andrew Stacy battling with Ethan McMillan, two drivers that you never expect to really see inside the top 10. But a track like Fontana and also Michigan are, I guess, somewhat similar to what you can do at Daytona and Talladega, where you see maybe some, I don't want to say back markers, but some drivers you don't usually see run up front actually have decent runs inside the top 10.
Got about the second.
Yeah, that's going on between Sean Rowe and to the inside here on Braden Hunsicker. Cameron Chandler's got a 1.2 second lead on these two, and they're battling for second place side by side, back at a 1 and 2. Rowe in the 20 on the bottom of the racetrack of Braden Hunsicker. Hunsicker, though, in the 77, got a run, coming outside as they head down the back. Still has to fall back in line.
Trying to build a run up so that he can get to the left rear quarter pedal or to the door of the 77 Hunsicker and try to get a good run. Well, Hunsicker's just got a really strong and confident car right now as Cameron Chandler pulls away even more.
Here we go, Michael Gregory for 4th place on Jacob Quayle. Quayle is having the career day right now in that 14 car, but Gregory trying to spoil it. To the inside he goes. Gregory could be a really underrated pick for the win tonight. Oh, Quayle almost gets on the wall a little bit. He did ever so slightly touch that. And they're side by side for second again between the 20 of Sean Rowe and the 77 of Braden Hunsicker. And that time, Rowe will take P2 away. In the second he goes. Slides up the racetrack, though, ever so slightly in front of that 77, and Hunsicker goes for a crossover back down low. Side drafting each other down the front straightaway. This is what Chandler wants to see in his mirror. These two racing door-to-door for second.
Stan Ramon.
Something happened. Not exactly sure. Oh, he's pitting.
Jason Lindsay also on pit road, too.
All right. Green flag pit stops begin to start towards the rear of the field, and Hunsicker almost puts the slide job on the 20 of Sean Rowe. I don't know if I would be doing that in lap 35, but luckily it all works out. As they head side by side for second, once again back in the 3 and 4. When will your leaders elect to start the pit? I think Jacob Clarino's on the apron here. No, I thought he was coming. He's not.
Max Beard coming in this time.
Max Beard from outside the top 15. It's been a really entertaining race so far. So many battles all on the racetrack. Really hasn't stopped at all in this race, like we expected here at Fontana. Unfortunately, there's just been some bad luck with some of your strong contenders in this race that have been taken out already. I mean, this race would have been absolutely, I mean, it is still stacked, but it would have been absolutely even more stacked if those drivers were able to, actually be here. It's so interesting how these things all happen in bunches like that. With like Matthew White, Aiden Donahue, Jacob Malone, Bryce Benson with the suspension, Connor Aswell, your winner here last season. 5 strong contenders for the win tonight. Not even going to have a chance. All their chances were over by the time lap 1 was over. Here comes Ashton Miller trying to pass the 5 of Michael Gregory. Quayle is back in the 7th, got passed by Florino, has made his way up in the 6th place. Got Andrew Stacey having an impressive run looking for back-to-back top 10s in 8th. 9th Perkins, and running inside the top 10 barely is Cole Clausen, but Trent Wilkin is trying to drive his way through this field. Here we go for 10th place, Trent Wilkin. He has had a terrible year all around in the league, has had non-stop wrecks. Looks to get inside the top 10 though.
Cole Clausen down in the turn 1 and 2. Hopefully gets a good run. He has some clears through the middle of 1 and 2. Let's see if he can get by Caden Perkins.
Oh! He got really loose, and now Clausen back to the inside.
Jacob Clarino and Cole Clausen pitting in.
All right, so that should be Clausen coming this time by. And here comes the 5 of Gregory as well. So leaders from the top 10, first cars in the top 10 begin the pit. You got to be careful. You get the pit road speed nicely. There comes McMillan's team, or Clausen's teammate Ethan McMillan. Sean Rowe is beginning to run down Cameron Chandler ever so slightly, but we're coming to the pit stop pretty soon. So leaders.
Letting some of these back numbers set pitted right of that final caution might have enough fuel to make it.
I mean, that could be interesting if one of those drivers could take advantage of maybe somehow getting a stage win here, if that's even at all possible. And like 4 fresh Goodyear tires for some of these, probably 2 for some of them at least. Off pit road first goes Gregory for now. Yeah, like you said, Eli, Sean Rowe coming to pit road, Jacob Quill, Andrew Stacy as well. So they're coming in bunches, maybe 4 or so from the leaders every time.
I'll say Cameron Taylor probably needs to come soon because here they're about a second off of what they started on this green flag cycle. So Cameron Taylor here, I assume will probably pit this time by, unless he decides to maybe stay out the rest of the stage, which I don't know if he has enough feel for that.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's been the leader ever since the green flag came out, for the most part. Well, he lost the lead at one point, but got it back on about lap 10 and hasn't looked back since, and he hasn't pitted, obviously, so far in this race. So, I believe Huntsicker, no, he's not coming. I thought he was. Here comes Tobin in the 65 car. A caution would be really interesting right now, too.
He makes these guys a lap down.
Yeah. William Reagan pitting. Connor Havrilla, the 43 of Donovan Hogan, he comes. Got to make sure everyone is good on and off pit road, no penalties. We haven't seen anything so far. CJ Ehrman was nearly spun through the grass a little bit, ended up saving the car, and we stayed green earlier. And to go this.
Oh, there goes the 32. He saved it.
Oh, that could have been bad. That could have been what I was talking about. TJ Hanley in his first start of the year for himself, I should say. And Huntsicker, or I should say Chandler, is pitting. Huntsicker doesn't go with him. Miller goes with him. So does Perkins and Axel Smith back there. Here comes Cameron Chandler, your leader on the pit road. Lead cycles back, though, to Braden Huntsicker. We'll see if the undercut is powerful or it's the overcut being more powerful. Here's Chandler.
Definitely watching the battle for with the lap car and Trent Wilkin, you can definitely see the tire advantage here. Jacob Quill just drove right by Trent Wilkin as John Butler pits him from the P3 spot.
He's pitting this time. Sean Rowe has pitted. He is coming around. Huntsicker is, I believe, yeah, here he comes, this time by. Watch Sean Rowe. This is a good little watch here with him and Cameron Chandler. They were 1 and 2. Cameron Chandler is, I believe, on the racetrack right now. There he is down the back straightaway. So had a really decent stop. Sean Rowe is only, where is he? He's only down through 1 and 2. Man, Sean Rowe lost a lot of time on pit road, obviously. And he is behind Gregory, Stacy. Pretty bad stop by Sean Rowe.
Juan Cobbs Jr. in the P4, ladies and gentlemen.
And here comes Huntsicker off pit road. Where is Cameron Chandler? Here he is down the front straightaway at speed. Huntsicker on the apron, but a pretty good stop by Braden, the 77. Can he maybe take advantage? I think Cameron, though, going to drive around him with enough pace and heat in his tires. Ooh, actually, Braden's going to make it interesting as they go what would, we think, be for the lead. Still 6 cars, I believe, yet to pit. But Chandler's got to run, but Huntsicker keeps it back into 3 and 4, but Chandler goes on the bottom. This is probably going to be for the lead once pit cycles continue, and they're side by side here down the front straightaway. Good stop by Huntsicker, jumps Chandler, but Cameron's got warmer tires, but cannot keep it almost to the inside, and Huntsicker will clear Cameron Chandler back at a 1 and 2. What a stop, and what a good job off pit road by Braden Huntsicker in the 77 machine. Chandler, though, back to the inside. On the bottom.
You also got to think, if one of these guys that pitted by...
Huntsicker got in the
One
wall,
of these guys
sorry.
that pitted right at the end of the stage, right at the end of that caution, we'll have a lot of cars to lap down here. As looks like right now we have 12 cars in the lead lap, so if one of these guys that can stay out and makes it to the end of the stage, we'll have a lot of cars to lap down.
Yeah, they would all probably take the wave around once the leaders pit, but that would be getting really interesting with the fuel situation, especially if it was coming to the halfway break. Wilkin, Ortiz, Hanley, Cobbs, Pilquich, Tomlin all get to pit. I mean, remember, some cars topped up, so you never know. Are they able to make it?
I think Tomlin and Pilquich already pitted.
Yeah,
I think they pitted early.
I mean, it would be really close, but they could just make it on fuel. We got 5 to go to the halfway break this time by. Current top 10 is Wilkin, Ortiz, Hanley, Cobbs, Hilquich, Tomlin, Chandler, Huntsicker, Lindsay, and Quayle. Sean Rowe falls back to 12th. He lost a few spots on pit road. Move a little bit further back. There's Quayle. And we got a side-by-side battle between Gregory and Rowe for 11th place.
Wilkins stays out again because you always got to remember that once we get to the stage, you can't pit. So it's either this time or he's going to stay out.
Yeah, of course, pit road closes with 2 to go to the halfway break. Here is the 5 of Michael Gregory to the bottom of the racetrack on the 20 of Sean Rowe, and he will clear. Sean will clear for 11th place. Still, though, just outside of stage points with nobody else pitting here.
Trent Wilkins is pitting in.
Oh. So he is going to be coming this time.
Actually, no, not like how he took the bottom there. He did not, actually did not like how Trent Wilkins took the bottom in 1 and 2. Wanted him to let him take the bottom.
Yeah, those two are former teammates, also at ETR. Here comes Trenton Wilkin, your leader to pit road. I mean,
and Ortiz stays out.
Hanley's pitting as well.
So it looks like Ortiz will take the lead and probably will stay out.
Who is pitting? So Carlos Ortiz, the only driver to not pit so far.
Hilquich as well, I believe, stays out. And Tomlin so far, I think, as well. We got 3 to go to the stage, so there's one more opportunity for these guys to pit. If not, they're going to have to try to make it what would probably be on fumes. Trying to find Ortiz. He's in that blank unsponsored car. There he is in the 28. About a 2 to go this time by. Yeah, he's coming. All right. No, he's not. I thought he was coming. He was really slow. He was really slow down in the 3 and 4. I thought he was pitting. Apparently not. 2 to go this time by. This will close pit road.
You also got to think he has a big, about 6.5 second gap, so he can take his time here and save some fuel here as pit road is now closed.
What an opportunity this would be for Sean Hilquich and Eli Tomlin to get 9 points and 10 points, or 9 points and 8 points respectively. Here is what would have been your leader, Cameron Chandler. How about Payson Lindsay drive his way through the field just past Braden Hunsicker, coming at 2 to go for these guys in the stage.
Yeah, I think someone needs to sponsor Carlos Ortiz because he is leading at Fontana. So I mean, might need to get him sponsors.
This is going to trap, what, like 7 cars a lap down as well. 23rd on back.
Also stays them a set of tires.
1 to go in the stage. How about Carlos Ortiz? He is definitely pretty slow, but he's on the bottom, back at a 1 and 2. 5 seconds out of the lead. 5 seconds into the lead, I should say. Hilquich runs second, Tomlin third. First car on tires that pitted is Cameron Chandler. And he's slow down the back straightaway is Carlos Ortiz. He's on fumes. Can he make it? But remember, we got to wait for the top 10 to cross the line. This is going to be detrimental for Carlos Ortiz. He is out of fuel on the bottom. Wow, yeah, and that'll give the lead and a stage win, I believe, through 3 and 4 to the green and white checkered flag this time by. He'll pass him on the apron. Green and white checkered flag for Sean Hilquich. He's going to win his first stage of the season. Wow. Second, Ortiz comes across on fumes. Somehow, Tomlin is trying to save enough as well. He is also really slow. Chandler might just get him. They're side by side. Look at Payson Lindsay. Tomlin is going to lose that spot.
Out.
Here we go for 3rd place. It'll be Cameron Chandler. Lindsay's 4th.
Oh!
I think that was Gregory caution as they come across the line for the stage anyways, but the caution came out. What happened with the 90 of Tomlin?
He was very slow.
Hunsicker hit him.
Yeah, Hunsicker nailed the back.
Oh my God.
Michael Gregory.
I mean, I don't know if he just didn't see him there. I don't know.
I think he's more worried about the battle with Michael Gregory there for the stage, and just did not see him.
Wow. Let's ride along with Braden Hunsicker. I mean, I don't know how he didn't see him. He's right there.
He has no damage. He has no damage, though.
I don't know how that's possible. That's a miracle.
Brandon Hunsicker said he was focused on Michael Gregory on the inside and looked up ahead and saw him and moved and neck coated him.
That's really weird. Pit road is closed, but Hilquich had the pit. Same thing with Tomlin and others. That'll give the lead to Chandler, but Hilquich did win the stage. He'll get a chase point and 10 stage points for that. What a stage. My goodness. And we're at the halfway break here in Fontana.
Ortiz going to try to make it around. He's going very slow. Trying to not have to hit under. He's going very slow.
Might need a push at this point. My God. I don't know if I would be doing
Tomlin
this.
left.
No, he is really, really slow. Might completely run out here. I don't think anyone would help him because why would you do that? Oh, TJ Hanley, though. He's not full-time. He doesn't have anything to race for. Oh,
Pavarilla is trying to help.
it's harder to help in this Gen 4 car than the next gen.
It would be way better in the next gen. But
Yeah.
with these cars that have a scoop type nose, scoop the rear end of these cars up off the racetrack. So
I would
So,
have picked that because Hillcoach, he got the stage win. Obviously, you got to start the back. But you take those points all day to start the back.
yeah, I mean, that's what he needed. He came to this race with basically nothing. But here we go, leaders on pit road. I believe Ortiz is still being pushed to pit road by TJ Hanley. I mean, he's going to have to buy him dinner at this point, Carlos Ortiz. What a generous move by TJ.
yeah, they probably should have started talking before they started doing what they're doing down the backstretch. Eli Tomlin has joined back.
Oh, he, of course,
so
had that.
hopefully-
Yeah. See if he can repair his damage. All right, leaders are pitting. Cameron Chandler just able to hold on Payson Lindsay, who Payson had a really good job run to the end of the stage there. He looks fast. Nearly won
The
this
Aiden
race last
Donahue
season.
crew- Aiden Donahue crew is already out of the pit stall. Is already left.
And
Here's
Hunsinger, after getting that win, comes out.
Payson
Yes,
Lindsay
got
off
him
pit road
carrying, yeah.
first. Actually, Clarino, I believe. I think Hillquich. Oh yeah, Hillquich stays out here, but he's gonna have to go to the rear. He pitted when the caution came out. So tail end of the longest line. He pitted under when pit road was
And
closed.
Carlos Ortiz has made it to his pit stall.
So the 30 of Hillquich will go to tail end of the longest line here, pitting before pit road opens. Jacob Clarino, I think Hogan stayed out. So did Clarino.
Yeah. I don't.
I really want to know how Hunsinger, I know visually has no damage, but how,
Oh, they're pitting.
because this hood was up as soon as he hit Eli Tomlin.
Here they come to pit road, though.
Yeah.
All right, that'll give the lead. How about Payson Lindsay? What a run he had there at the end of the stage. We're coming to the shoes this time by. Lindsay going to go outside.
Ah.
I don't
First
know
time
about
I've seen
that
that
one.
tonight from the leader.
As, trying to, okay. All right. On top
Rowe
Junior.
could not get
So, let's be just about get ready for this restart. All right. Two cars currently out of the race, Brandon Pfeiffer and Matthew White. It's our third caution of the day, the halfway break. So we're going to restart on lap 55. Still a pit stop to come in the second half. Still waiting on a lot of drivers to catch back up. You got Eli Tomlin. That car is actually not too damaged. Wow, he's going to be able to roll back on the track. Only 2 laps down.
Very interesting what Hunsinger does here on this restart. How much damage does Hunsinger really have? It shows none, but how much will affect him here for this final stage?
Jacob Clarino just left.
What?
What's
Wow,
the
all
problem
right.
with Jacob Clarino is he has just left the race.
He was able.
That'll be the third car out of this one. I guess technically fourth if you include Aiden Donahue. All right. Pace car's in. Here we go for the restart with Payson Lindsay and Cameron Chandler on the front row. Coming back to the green flag, and we're back underway in Fontana. Payson Lindsay trying to get that jump on Cameron Chandler. Payson's really not known for saving tires. He's going to have to try to do that as they head down into 1 and 2 on the restart in the second half. Side by side, Cameron Chandler trying to pass the 20 of Rowe. Rowe, though, fighting back on the outside. Somehow no damage on the 77 Hunsinger, but he slides as they head 3 wide further back down this back straightaway. Look at this. 3 by 3. A car blinks. Somebody always blinks when they're middle of 3 wide. Back into 3 and 4. It is a mess back here. My God. Oh, car getting sideways. Miller, oh, there they go. They're crashing.
Oh,
Big wreck upside down
flipping.
goes Havrilla. Huge wreck down the front straightaway. Connor Havrilla is barrel rolling. Oh, my goodness. He is still flipping. He is still flipping. Finally lands on his wheels and drives away.
Driving. It honestly doesn't look that bad. Well, it looks
There's
fine.
no way. There's no way it says no requirement repairs right now.
The left front's a little damaged.
Oh my God. Horrific crash down the front straightaway at Auto Club. Ashton Miller was the big, McMillan, it was Clausen that lined up the racetrack, and then Miller gets squeezed 5 wide, I think. And oh my goodness. I have to take a better angle at that.
It seems like
Upside
there's no
down.
required repairs.
That's insane.
This is like Watkins Glen from last season.
If Cabrilla can continue, I don't even know what to say. I mean, like,
DJ
His
Erdman.
wheels seem. If you look at his cockpit, his wheel is still straight.
from the blimp. I mean, they were getting, I said to look out for this. It was getting dicey. Miller just loses it and then hooks the 09 of Butler. Unfortunate. And then I think it was Erdman that hooked the 50 upside down. Yeah. Oh, my Lord. And look at Andrew Stacy had a, no, that's actually Eli Tomlin had a front row seat on that. Let's ride along with the 50 of Connor Havrilla. This is going to be pretty wild.
See the wrecker kind of up at the top. He goes low to try to dodge a good save, and then we just see right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, you gotta look away for this one.
If you get dizzy easy,
Oh,
please
oh.
look away.
Oh my
The
God,
fact
it's
he
still not
drove
over.
Off.
Hold, and we land it.
How many flips? That, I think that's the most flips I've ever seen a stock car take. It might be. At least in the Cup Series. So, damaged race cars. There's the 90 of Tomlin. He wasn't involved in the crash. Urban's got damaged. So did Maddox Beard. And obviously Ashton Miller. But doesn't look too bad for Maddox. Ashton. Erdman, I don't think it looks terrible either. He also got, that is, I believe, John Butler. And that's the 32 of Hanley still on pit road. My goodness. I mean, if Connor Havrilla can drive off a pit road in about 30 seconds, my mind's going to be blown. Well, that was a hell of a turn of events. My God. I mean, all that green flag running there in that first half, and then for that to happen, that's insane. Right off the pad for the second half of the race. Good Lord, we're coming to the shoes this time by. Mason
Let's see
Lindsay.
what he chooses. Top
Inside.
again.
It works somewhat.
He's
Last
driving
time.
off.
Yeah, I think he's just going to show off his tires. As Connor Havrilla is coming out of the pit lane,
Oh
ladies
my
and
God.
gentlemen.
Are you-
The 50 car, I wish I was kidding. He is out coming on the racetrack.
He's unfortunately going to be trapped a lap down here. I mean, oh my God.
If he gets his car repaired and gets back out on the racetrack, that will be incredible.
That's one way to put it. My goodness. Connor Havrilla, I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. He took about 30 barrel rolls and he's on the racetrack from the caution he caused. Here comes Miller and the 94 of Urban. They got to hurry up here. So does Hanley. They want to catch up to the field before the green. All right, well, we're ready for this restart.
Havrilla's going to be a little loose. He's missing the front bumper and the rear wing
I mean,
and the deck lid.
I'm surprised if he's not a little bit injured from that one.
He might be slightly concussed, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen, he is ready to go.
Okay. Oh my God. This has been a wild night so far. And we're ready for this restart on lap 59. Fourth caution of the day, third for incident. Pace car's in. Here we go. Mason Lindsay on the outside, Sean Rowe on the inside. As we get ready for the restart again in Fontana on lap 59. Fuel situation could get a little bit closer now as well at the end of the race. Don't think anyone would be able to make it just yet. Back underway though in Auto Club. There's Cameron Chandler to the outside of Sean Rowe. Battle for second. Lindsay, of course, was able to get away for the lead easily. Oh, Rowe's going to slide up the racetrack and let Chandler go. Now he's got out Braden Hunsicker in the 77 to his outside as well, as they head down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Avrilla is about 30 or 40 miles per hour off the pace speed as we speak.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that Avrilla car, to be honest.
I mean, I don't know. He might win it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Stick around at the end of the race to see if Connor Haverla can win this race. That would be one hell of a feat. Now to the inside for the race lead. Or, that's not the race lead. What am I saying? All right. That's second, but still a battle for P2. Side by side down the back straightaway. I'm just so shocked. Payson Lindsay is leading this race right now.
Yeah, we're not going to the commentator's curse here. Normally, he is running the top 5, top 10, so he's pretty good. Tracks off the 4. Chandler slips up a little bit, but he gets a monster run coming to the back bumper of Payson Lindsay.
Here we go. 20 Sean are also trying to catch up to the bumper, that's 77. Now that 8 car of Cameron Chandler has a run heading down the back straightaway. They're getting dicey back here as well, but ready in the battle for the lead between Chandler and Lindsay. With 40 laps to go in Fontana. Cameron Chandler running a bit of a higher line back into 3 and 4. Have a run coming down this front straightaway yet again. To the inside he goes for the race lead. Cameron Chandler trying to retake it back. He's led the most laps today. Didn't, of course, win the stage. Trying to retake the lead from Payson Lindsay on the bottom, and he will do just that. Back at a 1 and 2. And clears Payson Lindsay in the 99 car.
He's still out of the racetrack, so we'll be seeing him really shortly.
Yeah, he's just going to have to get out of the way. We're going to try to check on him real quick. There he is, pretty slow. I mean, it's going to be required. Just get out of the way. But it's still an absolute miracle that car's rolling.
I think he's required to go to the injured care center after this one.
Yeah. Look at that 12 of Trent Wilkin way outside there, and Jacob Quill 3 wide, heading back to 1 and 2. Perkins slides up the racetrack. 14 of Quill slides up as well. Ooh, a little bit tight there. Everyone trying to find a place in line. Wilkin runs in 7th. This is a battle for about 8th place. Look at Aiden Holmes. He's got Carlos Ortiz, who nearly won the stage earlier, on the bottom of that unsponsored 28 car. Oh, but he slides, almost gets to the quarter panel. The turn holes around. Luckily, Holmes saves it. He has to save it again. McMillan all over the back bumper of Perkins. And here we go, side by side. Sean Rowe just got around Payson Lindsay for 2nd place. Lindsay, though, not giving up. He fights back to the inside. Rowe squeezes him all the way down. They're almost contact. I think there was a little bit of contact, but Rowe is clearing a P2. Here's Hunsicker now.
How more impressive Connor's Bill is passing somebody on the stage.
He's passing CJ Urban.
Urban? I'm not really sure what happened to Urban. He had the damage earlier. I think Erdman probably had an issue on the racetrack. He's getting passed by the car that flipped 11 times. Here comes the 90s. Yeah, he was. The 96 of Andrew Stacy. What a career day for Andrew Stacy so far tonight. Up in the nearly P5, it falls back, slips back, heading down the back straightaway again. Got Jacob Quayle back on his rear bumper. Quayle heads through 3 and 4. Stacy trying to hold on to 6th. 3 wide. Down the, oh my goodness, Aiden Holes just comes up the door slam. Perkins. I don't know how much Perkins is going to really appreciate that one. almost lets him know again, takes the line away from the 92 car. Oh, he's getting loose though. Gotta be careful, doesn't want to cause an accident. Oh, Ortiz, he's spinning down the back straightaway. You can actually get to a camera angle. Thanks, iRacing. There he is. He gets back going, no caution, we say green.
He didn't hit anything, it was a good save.
They're starting to catch the lap car Havrilla, obviously, in the 50 car. He is going to be required to just get out of the way. Sean Rowe is trying to run down Cameron Chandler. This is the battle for the lead. Remember, late in the run before the pit stops, Rowe got to the bumper of Chandler, ultimately had that bad stop, took him out of contention for the stage. They're trying to rerun him down for the lead again. Whale trying to pass that 97 of Smith, but Smith fights back on the outside. They're all catching the Andrew Stacy machine. Stacy's got the 97 of Smith to his inside. He might lose 2 spots at the bottom. How about Ethan McMillan running in 9th place today, having such a good day? With so many race win contenders having issues tonight, this allows the opportunity for these mid-pack drivers to run up front inside the top 10. This is definitely a very odd race, I would say. Here's Havrilla trying to get out of the way of everybody. And doing a very good job of that, at that all the way on the apron. And for the lead. Yes, side by side, almost gets to his corner panel between Sean Rowe and Cameron Chandler up front for the lead of this race. These two maybe been some of the 2 best drivers all day long. Aiden Donahue definitely would have been up here. Same thing with Jacob Malone, Matthew White, Bryce Benson, and others, but of course you know what happened there. Side by side, once again, they're catching the lap car, CJ Erdman. Erdman will move out of the way. Back into turns 3 and 4. You also see back here, Braden Hunsicker.
There goes Hunsinger.
We're 3rd place on Payson Lindsay.
After hearing Eli Tomlin, I can say Braden Hunsinger's speed has not affected him at all.
Hunsicker still trying to take that 3rd place away, and look at all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack for the race lead is Sean Rowe. He's just going to try to slide up into nearly to the door of Cameron Chandler as they head down the back straightaway. Cannot keep the momentum. Maybe he has to try to search around a little bit. I mean, look at this top 5. It looks pretty normal. But then you look on back. Andrew Stacey, Jacob Quill, Cole Clausen, Ethan McMillan, and Axel Smith, your 6th to 10th place drivers. That is insane. You don't ever see most of those guys running inside the top 10 usually. Here we go, Sean Rowe. He can't use the outside because Cameron Chandler's there. He tries to get there to the inside of him, but can't keep the momentum up the way he wants to. 30 laps to go in Fontana. Hunsicker has kind of stalled that now behind the 99 of Payson Lindsay, and Trenton Wilkin is having a really, really good day in 5th. It's the kind of run Trenton wanted to see. But a great points day for Payson Lindsay and, of course, Jacob Quayle in 6th and 7th. And also, remember Sean Hillcush, he got the penalty after winning the stage, had the pit just on fumes, of course. He currently runs 11th. This is looking like a huge points day for Sean Hillcush right now. And for the lead, here we go, side by side down the back straightaway. Once again, but Sean Rowe, again, can't keep it to the inside of Cameron Chandler. I mean, he's going to try to get a run down this front straightaway yet again. We'll see where it brings him. Cameron goes all the way down low to the bottom. Good battle for the lead up front. Late in the 2nd half. Here comes Rowe. He is there. Oh, he's going to almost back out of the gas. He gets loose. So does Cameron. And Payson Lindsay might get a bit of a run down this back straightaway on these two. Coming to basically the final quarter of this race. Here we go. Tobin and Hillcush battling for what is 11th place, these two ETR cars. And there is Axel Smith battling with the 70 McMillan, trying to take 9th place away. McMillan and Clausen have had a very impressive week at Fontana so far.
I would say we're getting close to being like pit stop here because it's not really like the end of stage 1 here to where you have the rest of the races to go. You kind of want to split this in half before run all the way to the end. These guys that are maybe a little farther back hoping for caution, but I think these leaders will probably be pitted pretty soon here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see when they all pit. Like, before we saw maybe them kind of, most of the leaders spread it out, maybe like over 4 or 5 laps for all of them pitting. We saw pitting earlier. There's almost contact 3 wide down the front straightaway. We saw pitting earlier for Braden Hunsaker, worked out in the start, but then he immediately fell off of the pace at the end of that stage. Here's Tobin in the 65 at the bottom of the racetrack. He got this 97 of Gary Smith, or I don't know why I keep calling him Gary Smith. The 97 of Axel Smith. I mean, Gary Smith did drive the 97 last season, so I guess that's why. Now Axel Smith drives the 97. Here's Hilquich. He is driving his way back up to the field, up into 10th place. This could be massive in the standings for Sean Hilquich, with all these top drivers having no points scored today, and him running in 9th after winning the stage. Of course, Hilquich made the playoffs last season for ETR, was knocked out in round 2. Had a really good round 1. Ended up getting knocked out after he took a head-on collision in the championship cutoff race in Texas last season.
Here we go, battle for Quayle and Stacy for P6. Because Sean Rowe is still working on Cameron Chandler, just trying to get any momentum and just try to get around him, or at least somewhere near him, so he can just pull the air off of that left rear.
Yeah, so side by side once again. Almost look at Cole Clausen trying to get into this battle. He is having a fantastic day as well. There are so many drivers having fantastic days. I keep on saying it, but it's really, really impressing me. I mean, the top 5 is pretty normal, but all the way back there, it's just completely insane. Who's running up here? Michael Gregory. Oh.
And Payson Lindsay's coming in.
Payson Lindsay, pitting this time. Here he comes. First the leaders, and Sean Rowe also pitting. So Sean Rowe, oh, Lindsay comes in hot. Gotta be careful. This is the time you cannot speed. Perkins is banging doors with holes. They are not happy with each other at all. Oh my goodness.
That's not gonna be good.
I hope they don't cause an incident.
That's
All right.
12 on the racetrack.
Here's Sean Rowe to his box. Got to be perfect. And he is. Lindsay pitting there as well.
Sean Hilquich 3 wide.
Obviously
Hilquich top
dicey,
5.
yeah.
Sean Hilquich.
Oh, he's going to slide up the racetrack a little bit. Doesn't want his really good day to go bad, so going to back out of it. And now there comes Wilk on a pit road. Hunsaker Chandler still staying out. Most of the leaders also still staying out. Yeah, Michael Gregory, really good at first half, but runs 13th even now with the pit cycles. Was running about 17th before the pit cycle started in the second half. So kind of unfortunate for him. He's to the inside of 8
Payson Lindsay beats Sean Rowe off pit road.
Wow.
That's the only took 2.
And back-to-back bad stops from Sean Rowe.
And right now, Payson is racing with your race leader, Cameron Chandler, trying to unlap himself.
And he does so.
21 laps to go this time
if you
by.
get the caution, and that next 1 to 2 laps would be absolutely perfect for Payson Lindsay.
Averilla's getting a little bit dicey here. He's in the wall, but he's been doing a good job getting out of the way, so I guess we'll let him be. It definitely gets interesting with things like that, because you can't have somebody that's that slow get in the way of the cars, but he's done mostly a good job getting out of the way for the most part tonight. After his insane barrel roll, somehow still running on the racetrack. The biggest miracle of the night. Here goes Tobin on McMillan for 7.
Here pitting.
Here comes a lot of cars. Hunsaker, Chandler, Tobin, McMillan, And Clausen. I'm sorry, that's Quayle.
While this is going on, we're going to see what Payson Lindsay is, see where he comes out.
Lindsay is currently down the back straightaway. Just got on the back straightaway. Here is the 20 of Sean Rowe to his inside of his teammate, the 12 of Trenton Wilkin. Wilkin pitted, so did Rowe. This is fourth position.
Sean Rowe took 4 tires, so it might have been Payson Lindsay that took 2.
Or it might have just been another bad stop like last time. Here we go. Gotta watch this. The battle is clear again, but watch the battle up pit road. Here comes Hunsicker. Here comes Chandler. I think Lindsay is, oh my God, he is just gonna easily cruise around them. How about that? Chandler is not even close. And same thing with Sean Rowe, Trent Wilkin, the undercut, working wonders so far. But the long run pace as this run continues. Remember, how much of an advantage is it going to be for drivers like Cameron Chandler and Braden Hunsicker?
And TJ is right. I looked at his pit stop. It was just right side tires.
Oh. That'll even give him more of a disadvantage on the time. Can that maybe mean one of these two, Wilkin or Rowe, can run him down? Because he's definitely going to be not off the pace, obviously, but...
Here comes our leader, Andrew Stacy, down the pit lane. And McMillan's coming in real hot.
John Butler,
Top
Axel
4.
Smith, and Donovan Hogan. So most of the remaining cars get to pit. I think pitting here. Staying out Perkins, Gregory, Holes, Miller, Reagan. A couple others, I think, as well. There's Payson Lindsay would retain the lead once cycles continue. The cycles are complete, I should say. Here, oh, Wilkins slides up the racetrack at the lap car. Erdman almost got in the way, and Sean Rowe is clear on Trenton Wilkin, his teammate. Can he try now to run down Payson Lindsay? We'll see. And then you look at Cameron Chandler. He is back here in the 8 on a little bit fresher tires. Here they come off pit road. Now 17 laps to go in Fontana. Perkins now has the lead. He's being, of course, scored your leader. Nobody pitting on this time by, I don't believe. Here comes Donovan Hogan off pit road. There's the one of Daniel Mott. He already pitted. Here they are 3 wide off pit road, I believe, here down the back straightaway. And Quayle going to pass that 5 of Gregory. Hilquich here in the 30 and a slide. Oh my goodness, what a save. That could have been day over for Hilquich to be overcorrected, and it could have taken out a lot of other cars, but luckily saves that machine. But he will lose a lot of spots. And we're trying to see where Perkins is. Can't exactly find him. There's Havrilla, there is Tomlin, there's your leader, Lindsay. Perkins, Gregory, Miller, Holes, Reagan, Ortiz all get to pit. So 6 cars there. Remember, maybe they're trying to run this thing long, trying to make one more Hail Mary desperate strategy if they get a caution here. They almost got one, though, with Sean Hilquich, so anything could happen.
And at this point, of how the tires are wearing, if this thing can maybe go to where they're almost at the end of the field, maybe no 5, possibly 10 laps they can make it that far. I assume most of these other guys that did will pit again.
Payson Lindsay obviously took 2 tires, took the lead from that. Can Sean Rowe, Trenton Wilkin, Cameron Chandler, Braden Hunsicker, can they maybe try to run him down? They aren't really closing up too much. I'm honestly a little bit surprised. Chandler, or I should say Lindsay, hasn't obviously been the fastest car on this day, but he's been pretty solid, to say the least. I've really been impressed with Payson Lindsay tonight. After missing the playoffs entirely last season, comes into this season with a lot on his plate, a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations to return to greatness. He's doing that right now. Here's Hilquist trying to repass some cars after having that huge slide down the front straightaway. And the top 6 are still staying out. I mean, Lindsay at some point, I don't think he would catch them, but 25 seconds behind your leader, Perkins. 14 laps to go.
Because it's about 45 laps in the field. Last time, we had Sean Rowe barely make his 40 laps, so to save an extra 5 laps would be something.
Oh, Lindsay is completely sideways. That's what you can't do if you're trying to hold on to this, trying to win this race. Now, can that give the opportunity for Sean Rowe to try to close up the gap? There's the slow car of Havrilla, still on the racetrack somehow.
I mean, he's just ripping laps on the boards.
Maddox Beard, all of a sudden, he retired from this race. Carino retired earlier. So we have 4 cars out of the race, 5 if you include Andy Donahue. And these top 6 are running very long. There is Ortiz running in 5th. Reagan here running in 5th. Then he got 1.2 seconds the gap between Perkins and Gregory. So here's Reagan. Got to drive a little bit. There is Ashton Miller running in 3rd. There's Gregory running currently in 2nd, and still staying out is that 92 of Caden Perkins. He's got a car to his inside. That's the 97 of Axel Smith. When will these top 6 pit? They're looking to run very, very long, hoping for a yellow. I don't think any of them could make it, but we did say that at the stage, so who knows?
Be a big upset. We kind of go with that with load 9 if we get one of those guys.
There's Ashton Miller, was involved in that crash earlier that had the 50 of Connor Havrilla flipping. He didn't get too much damage, but fell back throughout the pack, was running about 19th, having a desperate situation strategy here. Looking more up front. Sean Roche trying to run down Payson Lindsay. He's closing the gap. We know how aggressive Lindsay is trying to hold on to wins. Right now he's not in position to win the race yet, unless these top 6 all come to pit road, which we would imagine they would, but things went differently at the stage in this similar situation. So who knows? 10 laps to go in Auto Club. Still a lot yet to be decided in this one. Don't go anywhere. This could be for the lead if the cycle completes itself.
Don't know if he's talking down that, running him down lap by lap. Just that absolute quick
Remember, Payson, of course, only took 2 tires. Probably took a little bit less fuel, I should say. That doesn't really matter at this point for fuel mileage. Everyone's good to the end, that pitted. But here we go, Sean Rowe, all of the back bumper of Payson Lindsay as they go to lap Eli Tomlin. Oh, Tomlin is gonna slide up into nearly to the door of the 20. Now Rowe on the bumper of Payson Lindsay heading down the front straightaway yet again. He's there, Lindsay is trying to block all the way down low. That's gonna maybe allow the 12 of Wilkin and the 8 of Cameron Chandler into the battle. How impatient will Sean Rowe get? The bottom of the 182 he goes. I believe we had someone, we might have had someone pit. I believe it was Ashton Miller pitted. Side by side now down the back straightaway. Can't get there though. Miller pits.
3 tenths to 2 tenths quicker than Payson Lindsay, so let's see how it goes.
And here is Cameron Chandler to the outside of Trenton Wilkin in the 12 car. Battle for 8th right now. Chandler has led the most laps in this race. Here comes Rowe to the inside on Lindsay. He wants to try to clear him as soon as possible, down in the 1 and 2. He's going to drive it in really, really deep, but Payson does the same. Can Payson stay outside? He is, he's going to completely slide, almost loses it, saves the car, but gets past. He's going to have to try to...
desperate Payson Lindsay gets.
He usually gets pretty desperate when he's in these situations. Through 3 and 4.
Caden Perkins pitting.
All right, that's going to give the lead currently to Michael Gregory if he doesn't pit. So 7 to go. I mean, this is probably just about time you're going to be on fumes for those top 4 cars now. Perkins pitting this time by. We'll probably see Gregory, Ortiz, Reagan in at some time win as well. Cameron Chandler now in 3rd, trying to run down Lindsay and Sean Rowe. Perkins pits. Real quick, look at here. Ortiz is running pretty slowly as well. Yeah, he's pitting, all right. Reagan stays out. Gregory stays out. So now it's just Reagan and Gregory that are staying out. Here's Cameron Chandler to the outside. Almost got there, and Payson Lindsay then. Now he is there as they battle what would be for second once pit cycles, I think, conclude. If they conclude. Somehow, if Reagan or Gregory can make it, they would win this race. Back at a 1 and 2.
We're getting close. 5 to go. Anything could happen here now. Who knows? Looks like he's still going to stay in the track. So coming to 4. Now still 5 to go.
Great. Lindsay slides, and he's going to fall back. Again, Chandler passes it.
They can save a lot. They can save a lot because they have a 20-second gap on Sean Rose. So they can save as much as they can.
This is going to be really interesting. These guys are coming to 5 to go. Can Cameron Chandler now run down the 20 of Sean Rowe? These two probably realistically all day long been the two best cars on the track. And they might be battling for the win here. If Gregory and Reagan both pit. If they stay out, everything changes. Through 1 and 2 they go. Rowe takes the outside.
He's clutching really hard.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be really interesting to see if he can make it. It'd be a first ever win for Michael Gregory. Chandler on the bumper of Sean Rowe, heading back into 3 and 4. Remember, Reagan is still running in second, staying out. Rowe trying to hold on, but Cameron Chandler is there. Oh, he's in the wall, Cameron. That was a big shot. Wow. Doesn't hurt him too much, but how much damage did he get from that? It looks pretty hard contact from my angle. He's going to run the outside through 1 and 2.
Start clutching any harder, too.
We're coming to 3 to go, and he stays out again.
Ooh. Up here,
Yeah,
Rowe got tight, and now here we go. To the inside goes the 8 of Chandler. We'll go up there up front of them in a minute. Is now Haverhill is going to move out of the way. Chandler goes to the bottom of Sean Rose. They head back into 3 and 4. Rose tries to get into the outside, but Cameron Chandler clearing it out in what is 3rd place. But Michael Gregory is trying to hold on fuel. 3 laps to go. Trying to find him. There he is in the 5 car. I mean, this would be absolutely insane if he could hold on. He is saving all he can.
And really, Reagan's close to Cameron Chandler. So I think Cameron Chandler passed Reagan by the end, but Gregory has about 15 seconds. So, hey, caution's out.
Oh my God!
Oh, in front of Gregory.
Almost got hit, almost wrecked. Oh my goodness.
And just like that, caution is out. Are you kidding me?
And that makes it interesting. Who pits, who takes 2 tires, who takes 1?
Tomlin just loses by himself multiple laps down. Oh, that's not going to be a popular move in the garage at all. Oh my goodness,
and
look at that.
Michael Gregory just called it a bull-esque move.
I think he could have made it. I think he would have won this race if this thing stayed green. I really do. But I think he has to pit here in overtime.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate for Michael Gregory. He is going to be livid. I mean, you can't get much closer.
He has a couple lap cars. He has a lot of lap cars behind him. So I think if he can pit here, he'll maintain the lead as long as everybody else pits.
Well,
which I expect
yeah.
most of these other guys to pit.
I mean, I would think. You never know, though. This could get interesting. Well, caution comes out. Under another long green flag run. This will set up overtime again. This is not a race where I feel like we should have overtime at all.
We're probably going to go 5 wide.
Gregory's staying out, I think.
That'll be the most old.
Yeah.
Well, the only problem is now he doesn't have a 20-second gap.
And leaders
everybody
are
else
pitting.
pit.
Yeah, everyone pits. All right, here they come. On the pit road.
I don't know about that call, about staying out there, because he's going to be probably going to have a big wreck or something. That's a big speed difference.
Will we see?
They get 3 green, white checkers too.
Will we see maybe 2 tires, something like that here?
I expect most of these guys probably take 2.
Sorry about that. I don't know.
Especially like Sean Rowe and Cameron Chandler. I expect them to take 2. As Sean Rowe's going to take 4.
Cameron's taking
And
4.
Cameron Chandler.
Off, but look at Tobin. He takes 2. Payson Lindsay takes 2.
Just,
Oh, terrible stop for Cameron Chandler. He is going to lose about almost 10 spots. Wow. Oh,
and
my
John
goodness.
Hogan stayed out. We have a couple cars stayed out.
Oh, but a penalty. Look, penalty. 2 ETR cars, Tobin and I think the 20 of, I think they got a penalty. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. They fell back a couple of cars. I guess not. I don't think. No, yeah.
Oh,
Stroh's got a penalty. Yeah.
But we got
And
two
so-
stay out here. Michael Gregory and David and Hogan stay out. So we have 1-2 stay out here. 43 to 5.
They better be praying that they make it on gas.
I'm more worried about we spin here.
It's about to get really interesting. Lap cars have to kind of get out of the way here for the choose. We get 43 of Hogan. He'll stay out, like we said. Here we go. This is the choose. We have a couple of lap cars.
I think they'll drop in a sec.
If
Once
they
we get-
don't drop, then it sounds like Aiden Hall will push Michael Gregory to the win if he can.
Yeah, I'm not really. Yeah, they have to drop. They have to drop. There's not possible they
Yeah,
can't
they
drop.
drop.
Aiden Holes has to get out of the way. Has to fall back.
I feel like here, I don't know, it's very interesting because these two guys are going to be very slow, I feel like, when we enter turn 1. So I feel like the second row, Andrew Stacy and Payson Lindsay, whoever can get a good jump here and get side by side has a chance. And these guys behind him of Gilquich, who won the stage, and Perkins still have a chance here.
I'm not really
telling you,
sure.
Anybody here, anybody has a chance here.
Not really sure why lights are back on the pace car.
They just extended it. Was someone stopped?
I don't really know. iRacing extended it. We didn't. Now, lights are back off. All right. I think they just changed it to 1 to green. All right. So iRacing extended it, and then we. Okay. Well, here we go. Gregory trying to make it on fumes. You got Hogan on the outside. Lindsay, I think, Stacy's the first one off pit road, I believe. This is going to get really interesting.
Could this be Andrew Stacy's first win in the Cup Series or Payson Lindsay's? Let's see what happens.
This is the race where overtime felt impossible, but we're somehow here again. All right, 2 laps to go. Green, my checkered finish. Here we go in Fontana. We had 3 attempts at this. Pace car is in. Gregory, side by side with Donovan Hogan. 2 laps to go in Auto Club. Back to green. Oh my God. There they go. And they're, oh my goodness. And the caution will immediately come out. Braden Hunsaker.
That's more saving for Michael Gregory. He can save that much.
This is so unfortunate. It really is. Overtime was not needed in this race. I don't know what he was doing. Chandler got a piece of it. Oh my goodness. That's 28. Oh man, we got to ride along with him. And this will bring up second overtime.
I do feel bad for Michael Gregory here because the tire is obviously a disadvantage, and the fuel is basically at this point.
Oh.
And he's pitting now, which is very sad to see.
Yeah. Wow. That is going to be his race for the win over.
If you really think about it, if that first caution didn't happen, he had enough to make it through lap 1.
Yeah.
I think he would have had enough to win this race.
It was just a stack up, and then Braden, instead of slowing down, pulls out of line, which was illegal anyways. You can't do that. And anyways, he crashes. Doesn't really matter. That's your defending series champion. Big mistake, and then it causes a lot of incidents, a lot of carnage here. Ugh. Hogan has the lead right now. How about that?
Does he have enough fuel?
That
It's-
is the big question.
Yeah, he stayed out. He's staying out again, so very interesting.
I feel like anybody in this, if you look how this race is going, I feel like anybody in the top 8 still has a chance. But you also got to think, does Hogan have enough to get a pickup as soon as he accelerates? Because if he doesn't, whoever suddenly he picks outside, the whole inside lane will go. If he kicks the inside, the whole outside lane will go. You also got to think, if you look back to last night's race, about lap 30 restart, the whole inside line basically almost wrecked on one of the restarts, and the whole outside line for about 5 rows past all of them. So we'll see how this goes here with old tires, 2 tires, people low on fuel. We'll see how this goes. It's going to be interesting for the second green light checker.
Yeah, I mean, what we had, what was that lap? What was that run, I think, before we had the caution with just about 2 to go. It was about 30-something laps, I believe. And then the caution comes out just like that when Michael Gregory was so close to winning the race. I mean, literally a lap later, he takes the white flag. It's official. He probably wins the race. And now he's going to be running in 18th. Hogan is blinking, so that's definitely scary up front.
Yeah.
They
Payson
could come
Lindsay
to
just forgot
here.
to take fuel.
Payson forgot to take...
Payson Lindsay just said over the radio that he just forgot to take fuel.
Oh, my God. I mean, can you think of a more Payson Lindsay moment?
No.
Oh, my God. Are you...
Oh, juice. Let's see how this goes.
Hogan continues to blink. And Hogan, your leader, first laps he's ever led in the Cup Series, comes in an interesting time. He's going to go inside. Outside goes Stacy. Payson goes with him. That's going to give the second row to Sean Hilquich. They choose behind them. Cameron Chandler all the way back now in 10th. These cars roll off. Braden Hunsaker just trying to make it to the end here. All right, well, here we go for the restart.
And Sean Hilquich, your stage winner, will be in the second row behind your leader, Hogan.
See if we can make back to the white flag. Hopefully we can. Remember that absolutely... Oh, Hogan is blinking a lot. That's not good.
Well, how this race has gone, looks like we might have a new winner here. We have a lot of guys who you don't really see up here that have a chance of winning here. I feel like you pick any of these guys inside the top, I would say 8. They give it probably a good chance here.
There's a lot of people out back that have their front bumpers literally falling off the car as we speak.
That's
Yeah,
Juan
I see
Cox
that.
Jr. back there. All right, remember the fantastic finish we had last season? Could we see another one? Here we go. Hogan again. Oh, God. That's a very big blink. We're going to focus on Stacy.
Hopefully you just sneezed on it. Hopefully
Yeah, that would be... All right, here we go. You got to make sure you can't pull out a line, of course, before the green flag. You got to listen to those rules, obviously. Pace car is in. Overtime attempt number 2. Here in Fontana, back into the restart zone they go. Back underway again, a stack up. Oh my God!
Oh, they all go.
No.
What on earth are they doing?
I think Cole Clausen's gonna be a leader.
Oh my God! That's unfortunate.
I think it's a thing of wheel spin and wheel pickup.
Andrew Stacy is now cussing out the entire field.
I mean, that was wow. Let's see. Again, they just, what are they doing?
Looks like he ran out of fuel.
He might have ran out. That's Hogan we're talking about. Let's ride along with Donovan Hogan. And take a listen, I guess. No way. Oh.
No. He might have missed a shift.
I mean, yeah.
Could have been wheel spin for old tires.
Yeah, it could have been anything.
This couldn't have gotten more unfortunate. This race was about to finish under green, the 40-lap green flag run. Now we're left with this, our final overtime of the day.
Ethan Camillin will be the leader with no front bumper,
Oh
with
my
Cole
God.
Clausen in second.
Are you serious?
Teammates on the front row, and they both got really bad damage.
Besides these last couple cautions for going overtime and all that, it's been a very good race. Compared to before break when we had Richmond, it's been a caution maybe like 5 laps. This has been a very entertaining race. And now one last overtime, see how this goes. Everybody now should have fuel, obviously, and at least somewhat fresher tires with 2 tires or 4 tires. Let's see how this goes. But Ethan Millen's no front bumper. See how this goes.
I don't know if he's going to pit or not. I mean, there's no rule against having a ton of damage and not pitting. That's not a thing. mean, it still rolls. Like, the car, it doesn't look fine, but I don't know. Hillquit shear pitting.
It looks good to me.
I don't really know. Well, this race had basically all green flag runs, and then it turns into this in the end.
Where'd Connor Havrilla go? My hero got off the racetrack.
Maybe it's about time. It's probably a good thing. Let's be
Nah, he
honest.
would have won. I got him winning Sonoma, trust.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone could beat Matthew White. Matthew White, by the way, has the all-time lap record in the next gen at Sonoma, so.
Well, who knows?
I will see. There's a lot of good road course racers in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series now. Obviously, Sonoma next week for iCar, Grand National, and the Cup Series. All right. Well, reliever coming to the choose. McMillan stays out with this. I don't even know what to say at this point.
Bottom.
Outside. No, inside at the last second. Clausen goes outside, obviously. Row number 2, John Butler. John Butler and Trenton Wilkin. All right. Well,
Braden Hunsticker's car. The left front's not looking the same way the right front's.
I'd imagine he got pretty torn up there. Oh my God, there he is. He's trying to make it home to the end.
Look at this. If you look at this field, how much of the top 10 has won a race?
McMillan, Clausen, Butler, Wilkin, Rowe, Quayle, Tobin have never won. Chandler's the first winner.
Juan Cobb Jr. might end up winning this thing.
Well, if they could just not wreck on the initial start, they've done that twice in a row. We'll see what happens this time. Teammates on the front row, how well are they able to control this? Remember, this is the final overtime attempt. There's no more after this. They got to make it back to the white flag if we have a finish under green. So this is it, the final restart of the day. I didn't think we would get here. But somehow we did. Because apparently the Cup Series can't escape overtime lately, no matter how clean the race is. All right, here we go. Ethan McMillan, Cole Clausen on the front row, M&F Racing teammates. McMillan with no front ends. Here we go, back to green with 2 laps remaining in Fontana. This time, they don't immediately wreck on the start, but they're getting dicey back here. They gotta be careful. 4 wide, further back. John Butler almost pushes McMillan back into 1 and 2. But there goes Cole Clausen to the outside for the lead of this race. They're 3 wide, further back. Oh, they're nearly wrecking. Oh my God, they're crashing again.
All wrecking, big. Oh, Michael Gregory's in the wreck.
And the caution is out.
Cole Clausen's going to win this race.
Wilkin cannot pass him. The caution came out. Clausen's going to get it. Coming to the white flag. This has been the longest time coming in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx League. They will see the white flag under caution this time by
Cole Clausen just won this race, ladies and gentlemen.
Cole Clausen, by the way, has been around since the Season 1 Daytona 500. He won a Cup Series title in Season 2, having never won a race before. He has still never won a race before. He has been here for over 2.5 years. Of course, like I said, did the Season 1 Daytona 500. The only league wins he has are in lobbies. But that is about to change. The driver of the 71 for the longest win, all time, I guess you can say coming win, in NASCAR iRacing FedEx League history. The drought, the winless streak, it is finally over for Cole Clausen. He is going to come down the front straightaway, and finally, Cole Clausen is a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner. He is going to get the job done. He'll win in Fontana. What a story. Wow, what a win.
What a big win for Cole Clausen in that 71 car as they are wrecking out back. Payson Lindsay has had enough of everyone. Here comes Cameron Chandler to congratulate him. after a long journey, has finally taken the victory lane here at Fontana. Wow.
He has been waiting
just
for
feel-
this moment for over nearly 100 Cup Series races. And he finally goes to victory lane. Unbelievable.
Funny thing is, we barely got this race in. We have like 20 seconds left till the session ends, which is insane.
Yeah, we had 20 seconds left when they crossed the start-finish line.
Are you serious? That shouldn't be possible. Because the
What
thing,
it said.
this thing was set for 3 hours. This should have been 40 minutes left.
It said when we crossed the start-finish line that there was about 40 seconds left.
That makes absolutely no sense. I don't know. Yeah, that's not possible, I don't think. There must be something else then. But Cole Clausen will burn it down. He wins his first ever Cup Series race. This is the longest win coming in league history. Nobody has had a longer winless streak than Cole Clausen in the entirety of the league. There's a random tire just rolling. Okay. just rolls down the front straightaway. All right. He's going to burn it down. This has got to be the best feeling in Cole Clausen's career. Wow. Well, this one sure got interesting at the end of the race. We'll look at the final lap crash that we had. And, well, not the final lap, the crash that ended the race officially. Trenton Wilkin comes home second. Tobin is third. How about a finish for him? Best career finish for Downey and Tobin. Cameron Chandler still comes home in fourth. Quayle Butler, Sean Rowe, William Reagan, Payson Lindsay, and Sean Hillcoach round out your top 10. But it is Cole Clausen going to victory lane for the first time in his career. Finally, a winner in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Cole Clausen, your race winner in Fontana. What a day. Unbelievable.
This will shake up the points.
Big.
And honestly, probably the best guy that came out of the points today, we think it's the guy that didn't race today, Bryce Benson.
I mean, yeah, he got so lucky today. I mean, that's, wow. All right, well, let's look at the post-race replay real quick with... Okay, so let's look at the replay, like the final lap, the whole crash that happened there. And ultimately what happened to finish out this race. It wasn't officially on the final lap, like I said, but... Wow. I mean, like I said, not a longer time coming. Like, nobody's been waiting longer for a win than Cole Clausen, and he finally does it. So, Ashton Miller, well, I think it started up here. No, Ashton Miller just lost it with the one of Ramon and the 5 of Gregory. I think Ashton just lost it all on his own. Unfortunately, that's the second time he's done that tonight, causing a big wreck. Not a good night for Ashton Miller at all. We'll look from the blimp. Just big one on the back straightaway in the final lap. And Ashton, I don't think many people are going to be happy with him on that final lap crash. I don't think he got any contact with Andrew Stacy. Just ended up, yeah, he just lost it by himself, unfortunate. And that collects everyone, nowhere to go down the back straightaway. Oh, Juan Comp's a good hit. Some cars actually do make it through pretty good. Let's ride along with Axel Smith through this accident to see how he got through it. Oh my God, the seas just part.
Oh, wow.
Holy. will do it in Fontana. I mean, guys, I don't really know what to make of this one. At one point of me, I am so happy for Cole Clausen finally getting his first win after nearly 100 races in the Cup Series of trying. But another part of me, I wish that ended under green like it was supposed to, before Eli Tomlin caused the final caution there.
Michael Gregory, he was involved in that final lap incident. It must be heartbreaking. From about 20 seconds later of being able to win this race and get the white flag to end up 15th of that final lap crash. This was an insane race, insane finish. Congrats to Cole Clausen. It's been a long time. This first win, it'll be something. Michael Gregory, I feel bad for him. I really do. He was so close.
All right. There's an interesting development that'll be discussed between the officials with Eli Tomlin, apparently. It's a pretty serious topic, so we'll have to just see how that goes. Okay, so coming up, of course, first, how about it? Your winner, Cole Clausen. Cole Clausen. I don't know if you thought this day would come, but it's here. Cole Clausen, you are a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner. How does it feel?
Oh man, it's never felt any better. I still can't believe it. It doesn't even feel real, man. I mean, I've been trying since season 1 to get this, man, and man, I couldn't be happier right now, you know. I don't know how I did it, but we did it. That's all I gotta say, and we did it in a great looking paint scheme too. So I couldn't be more proud of myself.
I mean, like, I don't even know where to start. This one has been such a long time coming. You've obviously been in the Cup Series since season number 1, obviously the Daytona 500. You've been one of the most interesting stories all around the league. Of course, won the season 2 title with never winning a race before, and then you come in, I can't talk. My God, obviously, what was it? Almost 100 races that you went winless in, but your first ever league win comes in what is now the 4th different year of the league being a thing. What kind of relief off your shoulders is this for you?
Yeah, it feels great to not be winless anymore, that's for sure. But yeah, just coming up to that restart there. I know me and McMillan were side by side, but you know, we never thought we were gonna win it. We know the kind of luck we have, and I mean, we just didn't have a lot of confidence. Maybe we should have had confidence in ourselves, but I still have yet to see a replay of how all those cautions occurred or whatever happened. But even on the first overtime restart, I got damage on the front of my car by Hunsicker spinning his tires, and iRacing gave me all my positions back somehow, some way. But yeah, that was definitely pretty lucky, not gonna lie, but luck doesn't matter when you win your first ever race. So yeah, I just can't thank M&F Racing enough. You know, thanks to McMillan, thanks to Landon Fish, thanks to everyone in the league for you know, always supporting me. And yeah, we're gonna celebrate hard tonight. We're gonna drink some Millers, and it's gonna be a good old time.
Of course, Cole. But yeah, of course, I know you won the race, obviously, a huge, massive first career win, but I mean, take me through. It was such a clean race. It was a normal race, nice clean race, and there was only 4 cautions, including the stage break through the entire first, well, almost 100 laps. And then, unfortunately, for everybody else, the caution comes out, and then all this happens. I mean, give me your thoughts there on those restarts, and then unfortunately finishing under caution, though.
Yeah, I was just trying to, you know, gain positions. I was gonna pick the top no matter what. I was just ride or die on the top line, and it ended up working out for me, I guess. You know, I was really nervous about the restart too. You know, I didn't know what was gonna happen to McMillan and obviously everyone else behind us. But yeah, that whole race was pretty interesting, and somehow we came out on top. But I mean, yeah, I still can't believe it. It's gonna take a hot minute for me to process this one, but yeah, just really just thank you to everyone involved in this league, and Yeah, we're winners now. Let's go.
Yep, finally you do it early now in 2026. After your career started in 2023, you have finally done it. Cole Clausen, huge congratulations on the first win. And we'll see you all week throughout Sonoma. Have fun celebrating this one. It's going to be huge.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
That was Cole Clausen. He has finally done it. A Cup Series winner. How about that? All right, more post race interviews coming up. Next, I believe, is going to be Cameron Chandler. Cameron Chandler, you guys will finish in fourth tonight. I mean, it was a very, very clean race all around, unfortunately, until the final restarts. That was really, really god awful, to be honest. I don't know what was happening there. What was your perspective on that? Obviously, the caution coming out and then all that there at the end.
Yeah, honestly, I really hate how this race ended. I feel like we couldn't have done any better of a job. Jamal Christ up on the on the pit box. He called a fantastic race. Kept us the well, I guess he didn't keep us the lead, but kept us the lead on our strategy for the stage. Got maximized our stage points, and then we had it for P2. We dominated most of the race, but Michael Gregory was able to save enough. He would have made it if that last yellow didn't come out. Um, and we would have had an easy P2, but that didn't happen. And then the whatever happened on the pit road, I flew through my box. And then I don't know what the hell happened if this choose cone. Half the people chose the inside and then suddenly went to the top. So that's gonna have to be looked after. And then yeah, all hell just broke loose at the end of it. And some man, if we could have stayed green on that last green white checker, I think again we would have had a shot. I think I gained about 3 spots in one corner, and then just couldn't make it a half a lap in the last 10 laps. So I think that's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've had that wreck. Ashton Miller got loose, and they started wrecking again, hugely down the back straightaway. But still, I guess it was a good points day somewhat for you guys. Fourth place, and then with drivers like Aiden Donahue, do you know what happened to Aiden?
I heard he had some issue outside the car that he had to attend to. So, um, I do hate it for him. It would have me and Sean Vell, we had an absolutely fantastic battle. Um, that entire race, it would have been really cool to see how that played out. But it, with Aiden going, Bryce suspended, and whoever else was ahead of me, uh, all we had to finish, all we had to do is finish ahead of Sean Vell, and we should take the points lead now. So, going into Sonoma next week, I hate road courses, so we'll have some cushion.
All right, Cameron. Well, of course, we will see you next week in Sonoma.
Yep. Hopefully we can learn how to drive. And nice try, Ethan Chumley.
Well, okay. Down. Anyways, coming up next, gonna be John Butler finished in sixth. Oh, and I think Eli, because the reason that the session was ending is because we were on the final overtime and the caution came out. I don't think it was a time limit. I don't think it was a time limit thing. Like I was really confused for a second, but I think that was the issue. All right, John Butler is coming up next. John Butler, the most, I don't even know what to call that finish. That was somewhat embarrassing for half the field, but you guys come out on top. Well, not on top, but a really solid performance here in P6. Like, what a good finish for you guys. Take me through those final few overtimes.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, at first we was gonna get P14. I was like, I mean, I'm okay with that. Caution comes out at 2 to go. I'm like, tell my spotter, hold on, things are gonna get serious here. So first restart, I think someone spun, and I think I blinked out, so got spun around, but I got my positions back. Then the second one, I mean, I saw as soon as I saw overtime, I was more worried about if I had enough fuel to make it to the end. So I was just crazy saving the entire last one. Then the final stage, I mean, the finals overtime. I just don't understand. How could you stay out with no front end? Like the Gen 4 car is one of those cars where it's kind of aero dependent with no front end. You're just done. Like he's lucky I just didn't run him over, cause a caution, and that would have been that. Like I waited, and it could have, and it probably cost me the win. I mean, they crashed in the back, but I could have been there, get a better finish. But I just don't know how you could just stay out with a front end and expect to go somewhere, if anywhere.
Yeah, but John, obviously a really, really good result. You guys will take advantage of a lot of the top contenders having issues today. We'll see where you are in the points after this one. Like, how much of a confidence booster is this one going to be after not? I don't want to say like not having a lot of pace in the other races, but not really getting the finishes you guys wanted.
Definitely a good time. Daytona crashed out early. I had to sit down and just watch the stream. I was missing out. Richmond, I was just there at like top 20, but I just wasn't able to get up front for long. So this fence was really nice. I can't lie. No stage points across the board for the season yet. So no, I think I got one for Richmond, but I can't complain.
All right, John. Well, of course, nice job on the P6 finish here today in Fontana after just a wild finish that we really didn't expect whatsoever after how this race was going. But we will see you next week in Sonoma.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Oh. All right, coming up next, gonna be William Reagan finished 8th. I mean, William Reagan, you guys were staying out there with 2 to go. Like, first of all, were you guys, you finished 8th anyways, still a top 10 finish, still a really, really solid result after all of this. Were you guys going to be able to make it there?
Yeah, we were actually gonna probably finish second, maybe third, depending if Pace and Lindsay caught us. It's just frustrating. Anytime I get this fuel stuff down at the end of these races, a caution always comes out, and I get mired back to mid pack. But we were able to salvage a top 10. If the caution doesn't come out in the last lap, it could be a top 5. But I needed a good reset. Richmond was not good for us. We wrecked out, not even halfway in, and I didn't even run Daytona. So this is a good starting point for the rest of the season.
Well, of course, yeah, 8th place finish. This should be a pretty good points day as well. There were so many strong contenders like that, or usually in the contention for the win, like Aiden Donahue. Unfortunately, after starting on pole, had some sort of issue, didn't even start the race. Matthew White crashed out early. Benton was suspended. Asbel was suspended. There was a hauler crash between Jacob Quill and Jacob Malone. They couldn't even come to the racetrack. I mean, and you take advantage of all of that and score a lot of points tonight. How much of a confidence booster is this?
I mean, I've always been good at Auto Club. I feel really good anytime I pull into this track. Last year, I was fighting for a top 3 until I got wrecked out. So this is just one of my better tracks, and I'm glad I capitalized.
All right, William, of course, nice job. Top 10 finish for you guys tonight, and we'll see you next week in Sonoma.
Thank you.
That was William Reagan. Coming up next, Pace and Lindsay. Pace and Lindsay, you guys had a really good day today. It'll be a 9th place finish, though, at the end of this one, when things just got a little bit stupid after a really, really clean race all day long. Take me through it.
Yeah, I mean, we started out the race in the back because we had a bad qualifying effort, but as we went on, I think we had a really, really good like middle run car. We weren't great on the short run or the long run, but if it went like 30 laps green, we were really good. And so we went for some strategy earlier in the race. We nearly beat Cameron, which, I mean, we beat him out of pit road anyways, but if we would have beat him, we would have got an extra stage point. But then from there, we kind of just maintained our track position, took the lead, and we were holding it for a while, but then our tires kind of fell off. So we decided to take 2 tires there on the final pit stop, or what we thought was going to be the final pit stop. And it held on for a little bit, but after like 10 laps, the left side tire is just going to hold on. So yeah, from there we just kind of got behind, and that lucky caution, I don't even know what happened, but there was a caution with a few laps to go. And we decided to take 4 tires, and I don't know what happened to everyone else, but we were P2 on fresh tires with Andrew on 2 tires in front of us. So I thought we had it handed to us, basically in a baby bottle, but instead we got a Hiroshima bomb dropped on us because, who was it? Sean Hilkowicz. He just ran over a guy on the restart who has older tires. I don't know what he was expecting with a guy on older tires, but he just completely runs through him. That should be a suspension because that's the second race in a row, I'm pretty sure that he's caused an incident. He was at least in a few last week, or not last week, last race. So I hope to see some action taken there. There's a lot of bad drivers this race too. So just need these races to clean up because we had a really good race going there, and it just got ruined.
Well, of course, next week is Sonoma. It's a road course. You guys still finished 9th. You've had a really good pace all season. What are you feeling about the Sonoma road course?
I haven't really done any practice laps, but I mean, we were half decent there in the next gen. I don't really think we'll have winning pace, but hopefully we can pull some strategy like we did this race and hopefully be at front again.
All right, Payson. Well, of course, nice job still squeezing into the top 10 there at the end, and we'll see you in Sonoma.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Lindsay. Coming up next for these post-race interviews is going to be Caden Perkins. Caden Perkins, you guys had a couple of interesting strategies tonight. Ultimately, you're going to end up in P14 at the end of this one with all the pure chaos that just ensued there in the final few laps. Take me through the strategy you guys were working with, and then ultimately the final few laps.
This is Stephen Hawking's wife.
All right, that's enough. Anyways, coming up next is going to be. I don't know what that was. Next is gonna be Michael Gregory. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. We can actually calm down here. Michael Gregory coming up next. All right, Michael Gregory, you guys will finish in 15th tonight. Man, what could have been? You were on an incredible strategy trying to make it to the end. But unfortunately, Eli Tomlin wrecks by himself. There will be an investigation what happened with that just post-race, by the way. First of all, what was going through your mind there, and then ultimately finishing in 15th? Such an unfortunate finish.
Yeah, it definitely sucks, man. We had the perfect strategy. I was good on fuel for the last 10 to 15 runs in that race, last laps, and thought I was gonna get the win finally. I went winless in Xfinity last year with a lot of seconds, and unfortunately, man, that's it's just how the cookie crumbles. Thought I was gonna see the white flag in another lap, and then we come off four, and there's a wrecked car in front of us.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, you almost hit him as well. Luckily, you don't. You avoid contact with Eli Tomlin. That could have been even worse end to your night, even more devastating.
Yeah.
But 15th place tonight, ultimately. We head to Sonoma next week. What's your confidence level on that road course?
I mean, hell, I'm not the best road course racer whatsoever. I got lucky last year when we raced at Portland. I ended up with like a P2 in the Xfinity car, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be dwelling on this one. I mean, I screwed myself over. I was talking and ranting and just didn't even pit, and I had the lead. And I'm gonna beat myself up over it for a little bit, but ultimately, man, I'm hearing a lot of stuff. There's substituting the car for Tomlin. It wasn't even Tomlin, so I'm pretty upset right now. We should have just been parked, but oh well. We'll move to Sonoma.
Yeah, of course, Michael, unfortunately, sorry about that just awful race luck there. Straight onto a win, just stripped away from you. So close, but go get him next week in Sonoma.
Thanks, man.
All right, that was Michael Gregory. Just so close to a win. You can't get much closer than that, and then it just slips away. Really unfortunate. Coming up next is going to be Zanerman, I think. You finished in 20th. Zanerman, you guys will come home in 20th place tonight. I mean, all things considered, this race got pretty. I don't even know what the word is at this point. I don't think I can say that some of the words I want to say I can't even say on YouTube about how this race got at the end. So take me through it, and then ultimately you guys finishing in P20 today.
Yeah, no, we had nothing at this point. At this point, I don't even know what to say at all. Just this week was just completely horrendous in general. I mean, except for iCar, we finished P7. That was fine, but I had such high hopes for this race. I wanted to finish what Payson started last season, but I guess that wasn't happening. So yeah, I thought I had everything avoided. I thought I'd done everything right. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, people can't drive where Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm at a loss of words right now.
Yeah, I mean, so unfortunate. But we go into Sonoma. I mean, that's obviously a tough track for a lot of drivers. We go there in iCar, Grand National, and a Cup. So a lot of practice to be done. A lot of laps there at Sonoma next week. What is your confidence level?
Yeah, no, at this point, like considering what like how the last 3 weeks have gone by for me, it's my confidence level was just starting to drop. So I really don't know. So we'll keep fighting. We'll keep showing up. We'll try to do what we can.
All right, Zane. Well, of course, sorry about some of the unfortunate luck this week. Didn't really go your way, unfortunately, after a 20th place finish to cap it off here tonight in the Cup race. But we will see you next week all throughout Sonoma.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, coming up next, I believe it's going to be Connor Haverilla. Oh, my God. Connor Haverilla, first of all, are you all right after that horrific flip?
You know, thankfully I am. Definitely was a bit dizzy after though. Was definitely threw up a bit in the car and my helmet, so you gotta clean that up.
And then second question, how, like, after flipping God knows how many times, how did you immediately put it in the gear and drive away and then somehow stay on the racetrack for 30 more laps?
You know, I just was hope it got going and it did, and when I told my guys, you know, put some duct tape on it, maybe beat the car in, we'll try to go back out there and finish best we can. And the team did a great job putting a car back out there.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt style out there, absolutely incredible. Of course, now next week we move to a completely different style of racing at Sonoma Raceway. So, ultimately, what is your confidence level at Sonoma on the road next week?
Better than it was here. I hopefully I won't flip next week. Better chances of doing it less there than here, surprisingly. But I think it will be decent. I think we get a good maybe top 10, depending how the car feels. So can't be any worse than this week. So.
All right, Connor. Well, I'm glad you're okay. You still ultimately came home 26, somehow wheeling it almost to the finish of this race. And we will see you next week in Sonoma.
All right. Thank you.
All right, one more to go. Andrew Stacy. If updates, he finished 19th today. Andrew Stacy, very, very unfortunate luck there at the end of the race. On one of these overtime attempts, I know it got pretty chaotic after running green most of the day. On one of these overtime attempts, you guys ultimately got spun around there, and then you finished 19th at the end of this one. What happened there to get you guys wrecked?
So what happened was, quote-unquote, Eli Tomlin self-spun away. We were guaranteed our top 10. Perfectly fine. We were actually expected to finish 9th after all the pit stops. And we took a bold strategy call, took some 2 tires, leading off the race of the pit road. And, yeah, just straight tomfoolery. I don't know what I can say on this stream. I'm going to be trying to be as much as polite as possible, but he should really consider going back to the Xfinity series after what Helkowicz did. I mean, the guy was on old tires. He should have expected it, and he just went full throttle like it was a next gen. This is not Walmart cars anymore. These are real racing cars. We had to win, sealed, at least the top 2. Me and Pace were already communicating about working together and getting this race done for either CHR or half kind of QM. Yeah, kind of sucks. At least now I know I have the work and I have the car and I have the ability to definitely finish high up in this race. So it's not over. Race 3. Gonna come into Sonoma strong. Been practiced there since the end of the day after the end of the season last season. So really wonder how we do. Maybe, just maybe, we could beat Matthew White in his own game.
Well, yeah, of course, Matthew White holds the all-time record for the next gen of Sonoma, but we don't race the next gen anymore. It's a Gen 4 now, obviously. So are you feeling ultimately very confident in Sonoma?
Yeah, I would consider myself a road course runner. I feel like I finished 3rd at Watkins Glen last season. I feel pretty confident, especially with this car being so amazing off of engine braking. I'm a big engine braking guy, and this car is amazing with that. So I definitely feel confident.
All right, Andrew, of course, great job on the race today. You guys impressed today, running inside of the top 10 for a lot of it. Unfortunate luck there at the end, but we'll see you next week in Sonoma.
Thank you.
Hey, I want an interview.
No. downed. Anyways, that will do it. Man, Eli, what? Down again. Eli, what a day. Unbelievable. I mean, this thing went green. We only had 3 cautions for cause in the first 98 laps, which is definitely a lot better than Richmond. It was such a great race all around, but unfortunately an unravels there at the end. But we get rewarded with a Cole Clausen win. Finally, he wins tonight. I mean, what are your thoughts?
It was a very clean race early on. A lot of green flag racing, which we wanted to see after what happened at Richmond before the break, and we got that. And also we got a couple cautions at the end that maybe we didn't want to see, but it ultimately ended up in a very good finish. Obviously, we wish we went green on that final overtime we started to get a finish, but right there at the end. But we couldn't ask for more of green flag racing there. That first about 9/10 of the race till the end there, but it was a very good race. Congrats to Cole Clarkson, and move on next week to Sonoma.
Yeah, of course, Sonoma kicks off next week for the iCar Pro Series on Tuesday. Real quick, barring any penalties, I believe Cameron Chandler was able to take the points lead. Aiden Donahue fell all the way back to 4th. Bryce Benson fell all the way back to 6th. Malone all the way back to 7th. And Matthew White has fallen out of the chase in 16th place in points. That's something you don't see every day. That's insane. But that will just about do it tonight. Of course, we'll be live.
Cole Clausen's the GOAT.
Dude. Brady Webster down again. Well, that'll do it tonight. I don't know what to make of this one. I mean, it got pretty insane at the end, but ultimately a very, very good race. The first 99% of the race here tonight at Sonoma Auto Club. So we'll be, of course, live next week from Sonoma Raceway for the iCar Pro Series Tuesday, Grand National Wednesday, the Cup Series on Thursday, possibly the lobbies, we're not exactly sure. So that'll do it tonight. Congratulations to Cole Clausen. He finally is a NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series winner, and it comes in the most insane way possible. That'll do it. On behalf of all team owners, commentators, drivers, officials, everyone involved in making this league what it is, we will see you next week for all the action on the road back here in California, but this time in Sonoma. Good night from Fontana. We'll see you next week from Sonoma Raceway.